This show is intended for adult audiences. You know, people with bills, backaches, responsibilities, and a functioning sense of humor. It contains strong language, stronger opinions, and the kind of jokes that might send the emotionally fragile into a full-blown meltdown. If you're easily offended, perpetually outraged, or think words are violence, this is your cue to clutch your pearls, grab a blankie, and sprint to your nearest safe space. Or, you know, just get in the sea. We won't miss you. For everyone else, buckle up and let's have some laughs.
Rated D for Dickhead.
You are coping and seething. You just can't accept what you're seeing.
Hello, you dirty little boys. Are you interested in my body?
I'm gonna come.
Nice tits.
A real set of badonkers. Packing some Doban Hunkeros.
The power of one. The power of two. The power of man.
What's going down, babes? Show me the loving.
Silence! You are too gay to be the doctor.
I'm wonderful, and I'm the most amazing person in the universe.
Exterminate!
These people are making a lot of money, print money, cash,
Money, well,
capitalism.
You're watching Will of the Fans! Let's fucking go!
I'm afraid I've got some bad news. Bad news.
Engines roar through the ash gray skies. The wasteland burns, but hope won't die. Every screen's a twisted lie, built to break us, make us comply. They poison the heroes, rewrite the tales, turn legends to dust, leave us frail. But we're not done, we won't bow down. Through the wreckage, we'll take the crown. Steel hearts ignite, fire in our veins. Freedom's calling, breaking the chains. They can't erase what we already know. HyperDrive now, let's fucking go. HyperDrive time, we're burning the night. Blazing through shadows, our stories ignite. Will all the fans come ride with me as we laugh at foolish hypocrisy? HyperDrive time, it's now or it's never. As long as they rule, let's fucking go forever. Forever. Oh, forever. Forever. Go forever.
Yeah, hello everybody. Hello, and welcome back again. It's nice to see you guys. And yeah, wow, I just woke up. I was up really early and really late at the same time, and I badly needed to catch up on some sleep. But I'm here, and we're technically on time because I set the stream to be 15 minutes later than it normally should be. So yay me, I suppose. Yeah. Yes, indeed. Well, there we go, ladies and gentlemen. It's nice to see you guys straight out of hell, and welcome back to Will of the Fans. My name is Will, you know the drill, and it's drive time somewhere, which means it's hyperdrive time everywhere. All at once. So, ladies and gentlemen, and nothing in between, welcome back once again to another voyage of discovery, racing through the wastes of the internet to the further reaches of your sanity on a never-ending quest to rid the universe of absolute bollocks.
What the hell is even that?
Bollocks, that's what that is. And it's a weird one today because really the biggest thing that I saw happen in the last 24 hours is all bunch of YouTube drama between people I thought had got past it years ago. Well, I say people. To be honest, everyone's justified in being part of this except for the quartering. So we're going to have a look at this guy as he has a massive meltdown over his channel falling apart and decides that he's going to drag all the other guys in with him. He's going to drag in Geeks and Gamers. He's going to drag in Nerdrotic. He's going to start saying, the scene is dead. Oh, no. Oh, the scene is dead, you say. You're saying that the, whatever he calls it, culture war is no more. And we lost, apparently. Wow. That's interesting. That's really interesting, Quartering, because seems to me that everybody is doing better every year than they did the year before, except for you. So we're going to have a look at that. It's been an interesting one, to say the least. And fortunately, it got shared out. This is one random thing that I happened to catch live through Kino. And then it got shared to Geeks and Gamers. So now we have Jeremy versus Jeremy. It's the clash of the, well, Jeremys, frankly. So we're going to take a look at this because it's interesting. It's interesting to watch because, you know, you really don't want to let this sort of thing happen to your channel when you are a YouTuber. And I mean, it's not like I'm the most profitable channel on the internet. If I was even 10% as profitable as any of them, I would be laughing my ass off. But you know, if just in general, you kind of sell the whole thing down the river when you reveal that you only care about the money and you're not actually interested in the topics. You're not actually interested in the cause. You're not actually interested in the industries that you're covering. You're just trying to get ad revenue. And that's really sad, especially because ad revenue is by far the worst possible thing to lean on if you want to make money on YouTube. It is not worth anything anymore. It is absolutely pitiable, especially since they changed the rules on what actually constitutes a view and felted us all. So there we go. We're going to get into that. There'll be a lot more of that as we go on. But in the meantime, of course, there's also a whole bunch of stuff going on. The world is reacting to the existence of our beautiful, wonderful lady Amelia, the new Queen of England. And yeah, great. I'm all for it, frankly. I think this is a fantastic thing that we've created by, you know, co-opting something that was designed to brainwash and radicalize in favor of the left wing and ultimately has become totally not only a complete failure, but been reprogrammed to work against them. It's just really funny. You can't stop memes and you'll never beat the internet. So stop trying. It really is pathetic. People will always find a way and you'll never be able to stop them. And the second they crack down on one thing, the internet just comes out of another. It's just the way of things. And it's never going away. Tough titties. It's only people who can't handle the internet that really suffer on it. But if you understand what the internet is, you're going to be able to get a long way on the internet. And again, I'll explain a little bit more about that too. We've got a couple of little business topics to talk to as well. For example, we had the Netflix earnings call that seemed to be going very positively for them. And then their stock plummeted several %, which is a lot if you're Netflix. And of course, we have the impending announcement of the new CEO of Disney. That's right. The new Dark King or Queen, never know, will be announced sometime in the next month. And we're going to have a look and see who the prospects are and what the preamble for it actually is. I still thought for quite a long time that it was going to be Andrew Wilson from EA, but it seems that there are some other people on the docket. We're going to get into it. Amelia emoji when? That's a good question. Probably when we get about another 200 subs and get back up to where we were when I had the ability to unlock new emojis, or we nominate one to go bye-bye. And I don't know which one you'd want. There's quite a few good ones here, but you let me know. You let me know. Maybe David Jaffe can go. He's kind of boring these days. Kind of dull. Or maybe the sweating face. Oh, yeah, there you go. We can get rid of that. That's just a placeholder. All right. Amelia emoji. All right. We'll work on it. We'll work on it. As of today, I was figuring out how to play around with my own version of Amelia in Grok. And now I'm just trying to get her to put her clothes back on because Grok has adapted far too quickly to the stuff that I make using Grok. And now, well, there we go, you know. But I have a couple of iterations of Grok's version of Amelia. She's not talking yet, but she is looking rather good. I can actually hang on a second. I will show you what I mean in a little while. But before we get into anything else, guys, it is great to see you. It is a pleasure. Before we set off, please ensure you keep your brains inside the vehicle at all times with your eyeballs firmly screwed to the screen. Don't forget to like the stream. It's very helpful. In fact, it's the most helpful thing you can do for free.
The stream.
Stream, and also share the stream if you haven't yet. Maybe one of you mods can share the stream out there on X, and we can get some more eyes on the prize. That would be a great thing. Well, a thing to happen. Yeah, imagine that. It's actually breaking through the usual numbers. We are here, of course. It's 1 a.m. my time, 1:30 now, and this is the new time that we've been streaming at for HyperDrive Time. Hopefully, that will give more people an opportunity to actually see the show. So that will help it to grow, ideally. But there we go. Anyway, yeah. And beside that, let's see who's here in the chat. And whoa, that's freaky. I've been playing around with the cutout images that I used in the thumbnail, and Grok seemed to make an automatic video. So Gary from Nerdrotic just turned around and started talking complete gibberish to me in the preview. That was freaking scary, man. He does not look right straight on. Anyway, Lilith's here. Licked the button. Uwu B. I never know. I never know how to react to that. The whole Uwu thing is meaningless to me. I'm not that much of a weeb. I don't know what it means. Something to do with cat girls. I don't know. But thank you, Lilith. Yes, indeedy. Jonathan's here. J to the J to the J, triple J. Says, hail. Love to see it. Thank you for being here. Danger Island's here. Says, can I ask you a question, please? That's what you were trying to do the other day. And I answered it. So, yeah, what do you want? And Toasty's in the chat. Love to see it. Hello, Toasty. Hail to you. Good girl there with the cosplays coming. Paradox is here. Shout out to you. Stephen as well says, how do, folks? Nice to see you as well, my friend. Good. Rhoda, ahoy, hoy. Ahoy, hoy. Yeah, that was supposedly the first ever way that Alexander Graham Bell recommended that we apparently answer the phone. Okay. But there we go. Who else we got? That's it, I think. But the rest of you are just having a good old time chatting. So, Sardoc's here. Hello, my smeegs and fish minges.
He's a smee. He's a smee. He's a smee. He's a smeeg. Hey.
Love to see it. All right, guys. Thank you for being here. Appreciate you right at the start already being here. And, of course, if you'd like to go the extra mile and help me to pay the bills and actually stay on YouTube, because honestly, it's getting that close now. Yeah, I would appreciate it. You can like the stream, of course. It helps pick up the lost souls along the way. Your in-flight entertainment can be found by hitting the join button and joining the Grift Force. If you're not in the Grift Force, join it. I'm actually going to be adding some new content. I'm also going to be doing either a Patreon or a subscribe star soon, because a lot of people have complained that they wish that they weren't losing 30% of the money they donate to YouTube. So I understand if that's how you'd rather do things, that'd be actually better in almost every possible way. So I'll look into it. And of course, don't forget, if you have any questions or comments, or you just want to pull over for a second, maybe it's all got too much for you and you're feeling sick, we can pull this show over for a second. But don't forget to tip your driver. Just as Sardoc has here already straight out of the gate. What a superstar. For £5. That's some legitimate currency right there. Appreciate
every
you,
single
buddy.
person of, that's intelligent, hardworking, ambitious, had dreams and goals, has abandoned England in the last 200 years.
To quote a famous Avenue Q song, the internet is for prawn. The internet is for prawn. That is all. And yeah, absolutely. And perfect sentiment as well. Plus, thank you for 5. Appreciate you.
Thank you for 5, Dora.
Thank you for 5, Dora. Oh, yeah, that's a good one. I love that clip. Good times. Lilith says, old school emote. Yes, I'm aware. You trying to teach me you're trying to teach grandma how to suck eggs there, buddy. I was around, Gandalf, 3,000 years ago when the internet first became mainstream. I was in my teens. I was there when people were saying Rufflecopter and trying to put Ruffle and Lamau together, and when we still said lol. Yeah. And some people even said it out loud. You never do that. No, don't ever say lol out loud. All right. You just sound immediately like a complete and total idiot if you do that. So just a bit of friendly advice for you guys there. Never say LOL out loud. Terrible idea. Terrible idea. But there we go, guys. Yeah, it's lovely to see you already here in the chat. And we're going to go ahead and we'll get on to the topics. Of course, please do help me to hit the goal. The goal is $100, and if I can hit it, we get a heart piece. When we get all the heart pieces, we get a heart, and that means we're going to play some Jackbox. We fill up the extra 3 hearts, and we play some Broforce. All of this, of course, is audience participation. I'll also extend the stream. We'll go another hour if we get to the $100, and we'll see what else I can do. Maybe I'll play a game. Maybe I'll just fucking react to some random shit. Let's have a look. We'll see how it goes. Noise Pollutions here says, yeah, I'm old. I remember internet in the 80s. Wow, that is old. That's like remembering like the Valar. Yeah, it's like remembering Iluvatar. But there we go. Anyway, yeah, we got loads and loads and loads to talk about, so we're going to go ahead and start. The first thing I wanted to show you guys is a nice little, it's not a meme, it's just an interesting post here. We have this one. Apparently, according to, propaganda from the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland, which I was once a citizen of. Well, I am still a citizen of, but a resident of, but no longer. British Muslims donate 4 times more to charity than the average UK donor. Press X to doubt. Definitely press X to doubt. I'm not buying that at all, but interesting though. It says, according to Rothmus, that's great. Might want to check the source of funds. Yeah, these days it's just, you can't trust anyone, can you? Especially if they are Somali, apparently. So, what we got here? We got disgusting in the comments. Which charities, though? Because some of them are more than meets the eye. Might say that. From now on, money laundering will be called foreign aid. That's right, baby. That's right. All that means is that they gave it to their mosque, the terrorist recruiting and training center they have to further Islamic terrorism. Why the hell do you allow this? Well, that's pretty much because the WEF makes them do it. That's why. Actual jobs that pay, not share it. Shitting hatred on social media to earn. Oh, that's you trying to cope because Rothmus does well. And it's not hatred anyway, you stupid retard. It's actually true. Well, hey, Charity, why you always wear that mask, Charity? Oh, Jenna. No. That's a shame. More than ever, we need someone to show up and do something about this. And that someone very much has become Amelia. Now, of course, we have an Amelia clip. When we do 5 memberships, we'll play Amelia. Although I am putting together something a little bit longer, a little bit more special. Certainly, you could say that. And we'll be looking into that very soon. But not quite. Anyway, progressive anti-far right game backfires as antagonist Amelia becomes viral meme. Now, we all know the story at this point. I'm just curious to see how mainstream news sources are reporting on this, because this is always the way. Usually you'll find people posting like Guardian articles and stuff like that, calling everybody a massive racist or a sexist or some sort of bigot of some variety. You know, the words have lost all meaning. It's been so long now that literally they can basically say anything like that they want to us, and it means absolutely nothing at this point, just literally nothing. But there we go. And yeah. According to Hungarian Conservative, then, which doesn't count as a mainstream news article, but it is interesting to see how other countries are dealing with it. Right-wing internet and social media have been flooded in recent days with Amelia, the purple-haired goth nationalist extremist, from an online prevention game created by Hull City Council in England. Now, of course, you might have guessed that this would have come from Hull, because, you know, you can't spell hell in the UK, apparently. But there we go. Anyway, the game, of course, was intended originally to try and brainwash people, to radicalize, or not de-radicalize them, but in this process actually radicalize them towards... Not radicalize is not the right word, is it? The right word would be, you know, just suppress, subdue, indoctrinate. That's better. Indoctrinate. That'd be the opposite of radicalization, I suppose. Into the standard globalist, you know, Islamo-leftist, anti-white, anti-British, mainstream, Keir Starmer-approved milquetoast wishy-washy wank that they're trying to turn the British culture into. The thing is, British culture is actually very difficult to kill. It's been around for a long, long, long time. And in that time, it's survived almost everything. You know, we literally have endured. I mean, of course, it's not always survived everything. It's indoctrinated, not indoctrinated. It's integrated with other cultures to create what we now call modern British culture. But certainly it's been about the same for the last 200 years. And that basically has survived because it's a very comfortable, normal, and was once a very usual, acceptable kind of culture. Be nice, be polite, don't cause trouble, but secretly be really leery and a little bit dodgy. You know, that's basically it. And that's why we have, you know, pub culture and stuff like that, but we'll only have a couple of pints and then drive home if we have to go. If we have to drive, because, you know, big brother. But there we go. We're going to have a look at some of these memes. Of course, there have been some new Amelia memes, but I'm just interested to see what people are how this is being framed on the internet outside of our own particular circle. Because obviously, anyone could just go on X and scroll through all the memes. Sure. But then you have to look at how it's actually being presented to the random people on the tube or wherever when they're reading the papers, etc., etc. But actually, it feels like at the moment, a lot of people are just not touching it with a 10-foot pole because they're trying to actually like stifle it. For example, there is no Guardian article that I've been able to find on it. There's been almost nothing from the mainstream left. They're genuinely trying to just suppress it by not giving it oxygen. But that's not going to work because there are more of us than there always were. So there we are. Anyway, the controversial game, which effectively treats every white young person as a potential extremist, mate. Wrong. Treating every young white person as a potential extremist. Did you know we have a term for that? It's called racial profiling, motherfucker. That's right. Yes, indeedy. And you are profiling your own people. How very intelligent. How very intelligent. This is the biggest problem with Britain today, of course. The government. It's just literally the government. And it has been the government since 1995-ish or so, around about the time that Blair appeared on the scene and appeared to be the guy who was going to take over for whoever the hell was in charge before that. I can't remember, of the Labours, and just turn the party into something that it never was supposed to be. Of course, I've never been much of a Labour voter, but the party was supposed to be for working people, right? for the Northerners, for the miners, for the people like that, for the unionists and stuff. And, you know, you need a little bit of that in the conversation, as well as, of course, the conservative side of things, the capitalist side of things. And that's what basically creates the balance between the two. But unfortunately, Blair came in and turned the party for working class people into the cosmopolitan party of neo-progressivism, mass immigration, and eventually all the things that we call the message today. This, of course, is Schwabian politicking, the concept of stakeholder capitalism, and various other things like that. All of this became Blairite politics that trickled in and slowly took over all of the back end of politics by changing little policy here, little policy there, and of course, turning over power to external sources. I mean, Brussels, obviously, focusing hard on the EU and basically throwing the culture under the bus little by little by little. And then, of course, Blair was gone and Cameron came in. Brown was in for a little while, but he was just an imbecile. But then when Cameron came in, it became really, really clear that the Conservative Party, well, it didn't become clear. That's actually not true. It took years for anyone to really realize what was going on. And that is that the Conservative Party also is just a Blairite party. So you now have two parties behaving exactly the same way while pretending to battle each other. And you say this is going on in things like American politics, but it's not the same. It's so obvious to everybody now. And it took a long, long time for people to realize it. And that is funny, really, because we had Farage back in the day. We had Brexit. And yet, even though Brexit happened, we still get our laws from the fucking EU, even though we're not in the EU, because now they just call it the UN or the International Court of Human Rights or whatever the blah, 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 blah they want to call it. The bottom line is you have to divorce yourself from all of it and rip it out root and stem. It is indeed a terrible thing. Yes, Brown was awful. He did indeed transfer the national debt onto the individual. He certainly did. One of the least popular chancellors we've ever had, actually. And then he became PM until his downfall, of course, at the hands of an old woman. That was actually really funny. And but there we go. And now it has become so, it's spread so thin now, the Globo-Islamo-leftist ideology and the mentality, that we're actually, like, people, regular people who don't pay attention are now very, very able to see this. Walking down the streets, and all of the shops you used to go to are boarded up and covered in graffiti. Everything everywhere is some European market or a fucking halal takeaway. It's happened everywhere, and it's kind of shame on the British, because the whole point of rule Britannia, you know, Britannia rule the waves. Yeah, but what do you do when they come in through legislation rather than just outright invasion? You weren't paying attention, were you? Neither was I. Nobody was. And the few of us who did start to notice it got called all the names under the sun. Well, at the end of the day, it's time to destigmatize loving your country, loving your nation, loving your race, loving your culture. It's just time to fucking grow up and say, yeah, I don't care what you call me. I'm going to go and march. It's the only way you'll get it back. It worked. They scared the shit out of them back in whenever it was last year, September or something, when they had the 3 million people occupying main center of London just because they're patriotic. They called it racist. They called it extremist. It's not. It literally is just literally people who love their country. Patriotism. They'll call you a nationalist. Okay? Let them do it. Let them call you a nationalist. To you, that just means patriot. It's important. But unfortunately, the game, which treats every white young person as a potential extremist, has accidentally spawned the meme being used to spread the very ideology and messaging that the council sought to prevent. Categorizes as far-right extremism through the creation of the game. The game is titled Pathways. We know all about this, of course. There, of course, is Amelia. Now, it's really interesting to see the way that Amelia has evolved over the last few, couple of weeks, really, from this textbook, literally like British university textbook art, this boring, cornerless, outlineless, ill-defined fucking clip art shite that the government used for everything because they needed to be passive and inoffensive and calming to look at. Yeah, but then you've literally done a picture here of this girl looking like an enraged lunatic, and it's made everybody really, really like her. We really like Amelia. And that's when, of course, it all came to the point where we're going to watch the great big compilation of Amelia clips, because we got the original video that came out where people just started making real Amelias to say the things that they can't say in England for fear of being literally arrested. Literally arrested. It's like Soviet Russia, seriously. I have 1000% approval rating. Oh, yeah? How did you manage that? Sir, there's political dissident. Bang. 100% approval rating. That's how you do it, comrade. That's how it's being done in the UK now. By the way, all of this, pre-warned by Yuri Bezmenov. All of it. Literally all of it. Anyway, here's your girl, Amelia. We've seen it before. We'll watch it again because it's fucking glorious. Here we go.
Hi, I'm Amelia. I'm English, and I love England. I like having fish and chips and a pint at the local pub.
Hell yeah.
I like Shakespeare and Dickens, Tolkien and Lewis, Harry Potter. I like pork sausage and dogs and fashion.
You know what's the most interesting thing about that? I haven't seen a single person take the piss out of that giant sausage. That's really weird, right? You would have thought that I by now would have seen at least one person going, whoa, that sausage looks a bit too big for you, love. But nah. You know she's AI, but dang. It's because she's based. It's because she's based. She's cute. And she's based. That's it. At the fucking giant sausage. Don't forget vinegar on the fish and chips, of course. Yes. But there you go. So she likes pork sausage, guys. There you go. Actually, that would be a really good picture to screenshot if you wanted to get a model to use to make your own Amelia.
I like pork sausage and dogs and fashion.
Haram!
There we go.
Haram!
But I don't like that.
No.
Brits are famously polite, but it mustn't mean we're willing to commit cultural suicide. Our institutions, the Church of England, the BBC, are a bunch of queers and nonces. How the bloody hell did we go from Churchill to you git? Sadiq Khan, the mayor? This is London, mate, not Afghanistan. Or Star Wars.
I genuinely don't know how they made that clip. Like, I genuinely don't know how you get such a good performance out of an AI. Like, this is London, mate, not Afghanistan. Or Star Wars.
Sadiq Khan, the mayor? This is London, mate, not Afghanistan. Or Star Wars. Our government won't even protect our schoolgirls from grooming gangs. Sod off, packy wankers! Wow. The police won't help. They're too busy confiscating garden tools and suppressing free speech.
That's right, miss.
What? Is it just me, or is he meant to look like James Corden? Because he proper looks like James Corden. Fat git.
What have I done, officer? You've tweeted rudely, and you're under arrest.
Curry is fine, but we have several recipes already. We don't need 2 million Indians here to make it for us.
True story.
There are 50 Islamic nations in the world. Muslims don't need to be on our island. They want to conquer it. The government says it must be this way. That doesn't make it right, does it, Robin Hood? These dragons that threaten our England won't go away unless brave knights rise up to slay them. Or did all the British bloodlines with any bollocks get killed off in World Wars I and II?
There you go.
Englishmen, it's your country, and it's being taken from you. Chav, posh, doesn't matter. We're already all in this together. I don't want this to be the future of the women of England, and I'm sure the women of Iran and Afghanistan didn't want it either. Your ancestors beat the Spanish Armada, Napoleon, and the Nazis. Surely you can handle welfare tourists. History will record what you do or don't do. Get cracking, lads. Love, Amelia.
Beautiful. There you go. So that was the original. Very well done. We're a big fan. Love you, Amelia. How funny is it? I can never figure it out. Is it cool or is it pathetic that we have had to resort to an AI woman to inspire people to actually take some pride in their fucking country again? It's kind of sad, isn't it? I don't know. But, well, I guess what it is. It is what it is. Mr. Sardoc is here for £5, says there is free speech in the UK, and we will lock up anyone who says there isn't. I've seen that meme. Yeah. That's the old Keir Starmer meme. Yep. Certainly. Not wrong at all. Thank you very much, by the way, for the $5.
Thank you for $5.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Indeed. And so we move on then. And we have had a sequel, which came out a few days ago. And this one is, I really like this one. This one's brilliant. It's all pop culture. It's all very British, very pop culture. So let's take a quick look at the extended adventures of Amelia.
Tonks? No, I'm Amelia. We need to talk about Islam in the UK. Catholic, Protestant, atheist. We're all buggered if Islam takes over. Witches must be burnt, of course, but honour killing your daughters for not wearing hijab is much too far.
True.
Wallace, dogs are haram. If the Muslims take over, Gromit is a goner. Pigs are haram too, Pepper. Your
God.
entire family line ended.
Jesus.
And forget LGBT
Yes! There we go. Whoever put that in there is a goddamn genius. Whoever put it in there is a genius.
acceptance. Muslims will toss them out the window. Literally. First, we remove the Islamists from our government and our country, Paddington.
Then marmalade. Yes. Very good. There we go. Indeed. Anyway, then it escalated from there and it continued. Appreciate you, by the way, Sardoc, for the other $5. Very much. Indeed. And there are multiple different versions of Amelia that you can find, of course. But this one seems to be the prevailing one, which is probably a good thing, really, because if you have her as a hypersexualized Nazi-looking character, it's probably not the best thing for, you know, changing people's minds. I mean, I have a clip in particular, one here that I may use to replace the anime version. You let me know.
Help me create the future of the British Empire.
That's pretty good. Oh, we got another one here. This is the second model. Just a second. Let me get it up on the screen here.
Help me create the future of the British Empire.
Not bad, right? But probably not that helpful. What you should really do is work with the existing model. But that's what I got from working with AI. I haven't got her to say anything yet, but she does, well, she does look rather pretty. And I think I can do quite a lot with that. So there we go. I'll probably be contributing to this too. But in the meantime, we have the latest adventures of Amelia. Nice to see it. Here we go. Let's get in there.
Our country has been the setting of many stories of common men standing up to a tyrannical government.
Hell yeah.
Have you ever wondered if you would stand up too? Or would you stay silent? Or even take the oppressor's side? Well, what are you doing now? Because, well, there's your answer right there. I don't mean Yankee wankers protesting law enforcement deporting illegal immigrant tax frauds.
Yes, exactly. Yes. No, we don't want to be like them. They're the wrong kind of protesters. Entirely wrong. No, that's the left out of control. What we need is common sense, traditional Brits. Right, left, traditionally, I mean, of course, not current left. No current left anywhere. That's a absolute cancer. Absolute cancer.
I don't mean Yankee wankers protesting law enforcement deporting illegal immigrant tax frauds. I mean, our British government ignoring child grooming, whether by trannies or South Asians, but arresting teachers over pronouns. I suppose my question to you, Englishman, is, do you want your country more than Imam Muhammad just arrived to Birmingham does?
Holy shit. Holy shit. That is searing indictment. It is literally only because of being wishy-washy. Being a wishy-washy wanker. That's what people have done in the UK. And they've allowed themselves to be walked all over. And I remember it too. I remember when my mother was still alive, she would say like, well, we did walk into their countries, you know, and we took everything. And that's what she was raised to think. And she voted Tory her whole life. And I used to say, no, not really. What we did was actually take our wives and our children and we went over there and we built infrastructure. We built courthouses, roads, electricity. All of the countries that were conquered by the Brits were improved. And then when we left, they wanted us to come back. Well, we never left, actually. That's what the Spanish did. They left and people want them to come back. But all they did was leave behind plenty of their bloodline. If you know what I mean. But no, in fact, the Brits, colonized. You can have a go at colonization if you want, but it is literally human nature. It's literally the thing that humans have done since 20,000 years ago. You know, tribe gets together, other tribe arrives, you either kill them or you integrate with them or colonize them. Then they forced together by a common enemy. Tribes become villages. Villages become towns. Towns become counties. Well, kingdoms, actually, back in the day. Then they all get united by, you know, the Vikings, etc. And one invasion after another until it all stabilized around about, 400 years ago. And ever since then, it's been what it's been. Of course, we are currently losing to the current invasion because the current invasion isn't actually being done like an invasion. It's being done as a subversion. And it's really, really terrible, actually. Really fucking terrible. Sardoc's here again for £2, literally carrying the show on his back right now. What a legend. Says, wow, Amelia's turning me straight. Indeed, buddy. Indeed. I'm sure that's really happening. Yeah. It is really, there is something really attractive about a young woman speaking common sense though, isn't it? Not sure what that is. I think it's just that you don't get a lot of that in the real world, do you?
Thank you for $5.
There we go. Danger Island wants me to do some more voice acting. Yeah, I said I'll do it at some point. Yeah. You just have to email me or find some other way to contact me that's not just my live chat when I'm streaming. No problem. Anyway, like I said, I'm on X, I'm on Discord. There's loads of ways that you can DM me. And I'll happily do it. Anyway, there you go. So that's the situation with Amelia at the moment. It is indeed giving you loads and loads and loads of great reasons to start supporting your country again. Not that there aren't already a bunch of good reasons. It's just that apparently the British have been avoiding actually participating in any of this for 40 years, basically. As my entire life, certainly. Like the thing about all of this is that all this red pill stuff, whatever you want to call it, this kind of, you wake up one day and you realize how far it's come and you go back and you think, oh my God, how long have I been experiencing these kinds of patterns of governance, of social transition, of cultural redirection? And it is my entire life. It's actually baffling. Like I go back and watch TV shows from like the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s. And it's like, okay, at a certain point around about the 80s, this subversion started to really kick in. Now, obviously, it was way before that. We've gone over the history of the globo communist agenda and its 100 years of history on this show long before. But unfortunately for us, it's all getting a little bit late at this point. And now it's right at your doorstep, Brits, again. And it's time to man up. And it really is time to man up. Or that's it. That's it for the end. That's the end of the UK. Especially when you've got the king himself quoting the fucking Quran. Now, I don't want to say what probably needs to happen there, but it probably does need to happen. It's a shame, really. But if the king is a traitor, well, there you go. That's all I'm going to say about that. I don't think I should be touching that with a 10-foot pole, but let's just say Charles is a wanker. Hey, there we go. Sorry, my earphone fell out there for a second. But yeah, and it's all part of the plan, you know, destabilize, demoralize. I think it begins with demoralize. I don't know. Did we ever watch the Bezmenov clip? A lot of people, I'm surprised how many people have not actually seen the Yuri Bezmenov thing. Of course, it's far too long to go over the entire thing, but you can watch the short version of it quite easily. If I just a second, let me check and see if I can find the bastard. I think it's yeah, hang on. It's actually kind of amazing how few people have actually seen this shit. So hang on, I'll share it. Let's watch it. Let's watch it. Why not? Let's go ad hoc. This is a hangout stream, and hang out we will. Here you go. This, ironically, shot in 1984 when Bezmenov defected from the Soviets to America. Let's have a look.
Mr. Bezmenov was born in 1939 in a suburb of Moscow. He was the son of a high-ranking Soviet Army officer. He was educated in the elite schools inside the Soviet Union and became an expert in Indian culture and Indian languages.
Yeah,
he had an outstanding career with Novosti, which was and still is, I should say, the press arm or the press agency of the Soviet Union. It turns out that this is also a front for the KGB. He escaped to the...
Does this not sound a little familiar? The press arm of the Soviet government was just the KGB, basically. Isn't that a little bit like USAID or the NSA? The stuff we saw from that. Oh, man.
Arrested in 1970 after becoming totally disgusted with the Soviet system, and he did this at great risk to his life. He certainly is one of the world's outstanding experts on the subject of Soviet propaganda and disinformation and active measures. Well, you spoke several times before about ideological subversion. That is a phrase that I'm afraid some Americans don't fully understand. When the Soviets used the phrase ideological subversion.
Right. Okay. So I don't know if it's loud enough, but I'll make sure it's obvious. Ideological subversion. And what do we think that means? I mean, it's obvious what it means, but a lot of people just don't seem to have clocked it yet. And this has never really been seen by most people in the UK that I know of anyway. Certainly not anyone my age. You have to go looking to find this stuff. But it's very interesting because ideological subversion is just another form of invasion. But it's effectively softening up an undefeatable enemy so that you can later just invade them. And they won't be able to do anything. It's fucking disgusting and it's dark, but we're going to watch it anyway. Fuck it.
What do they mean by it?
Ideological subversion is the slow process which we call either ideological subversion or active measures.
Active measures. Oh, mate. Active measures. God. Holy shit. This is exactly the kind of thing I'm talking about, where it's like, all right, we need a term that sounds benign as fuck, that no one could possibly question, but that is actually an insidious plot to completely destabilize a nation.
Активные мероприятия in the language of the KGB, or psychological warfare. What it basically means is to change the perception of reality of every American to such an extent that despite of the abundance of information, no one is able to come to sensible conclusions.
Okay. Does this sound at all like what is actually happening in America at the moment? Because you can watch the protesters, and you can watch the ICE raids and the riots and the protests that go on against them, and you can scratch your head and you can say, what the fuck is wrong with these fucking people? How in the world can they possibly think that they're on the right side of history? How can they possibly think that they are on the side of good when they are actively interfering with their own government's operations to save them from, at best, an unstable population of people that are unregistered and undocumented, and at worst, like grooming gangs, you know? And how can they possibly be on the side of the illegal immigrant? You would have to have completely warped their perception to such an extent that, as Bezmenov says,
no one is able to come to sensible conclusions in the interests of defending themselves, their families, their community, and their country. It's a
Does this sound familiar?
Great brainwashing process, which goes very slow, and it's divided in 4 basic stages.
Yeah, it takes decades. And we're now looking at the fruit of that. A bunch of people who cannot be convinced otherwise. Their whole belief, not even their belief system. It's not even about faith. I know we always say that like wokeness is like a faith. No, it's the perception of reality. Their idea of reality is completely different from yours and mine. It's unreal. And if you haven't engaged in it, even if you've not been a particularly politically minded person like me, I was never interested in this shit. I stayed away from it as far as I could get. I never got involved in any groups of activism or anything like this. Just stayed totally neutral the whole way through my life until it came to my doorstep. And at that point, I was like, no, that's not how it is. What are you talking about? That's not what racism means. No, we're not racist. No, not all white people are racist. What do you mean whiteness? What's whiteness? What are you talking about? This is nonsense. But it's too late. This is the world that they live in. It's how they see the world. It's how they've been taught to see the world. This is how Marxism does everything. Let's carry on.
The first one being demoralization. It takes from 15 to 20 years to demoralize.
Okay, it takes 15 to 20 years to demoralize a nation.
Demoralize a nation. Why that many years? Because this is the minimum number of years which requires to educate one generation of students.
Congratulations! Yes, it takes 15 to 20 years to educate a generation of students. I remember the stuff we were being taught in school at the start of my education and at the end, and they were very different. Very different. I remember back in the early days, they were saying if someone hits you, hit them back. By the end, it was, no, just report it to a teacher. And there's a lot more insidious shit than that, of course. But yeah, we were learning about Islam. Of course we were. I wasn't interested. Wasn't interested in any religion at all, actually. None. I just thought it was all a bunch of silly nonsense. Might as well be Santa Claus to me. Of course, I've come to understand the benefits of having a spiritual side or having a God, etc. as I've got older. But I don't really care for any organized religion. But that's just one that's one staple of it. I mean, if they spent 15 to 20 years teaching you the wrong mathematics, for example, you would believe that 2 + 2 = 5. So this is it. And by the way, this is the exact reason why every college student is a raging communist.
country of your enemy, exposed to the ideology of the enemy. In other words, Marxism-Leninism ideology is being pumped into the soft heads of at least 3 generations of American students.
I'm so tired of being right. Like, literally. How can you have a post 9/11 America where people are still actually out there? Americans are out there fighting for the people who bombed America, who crashed planes into the country. It's baffling. The only way it could possibly happen is, as Bezmenov just said, 2 to 3 generations have been exposed to Marxism in schools.
3 generations of American students without being challenged or counterbalanced by the basic values of Americanism, American patriotism.
Yeah, so you separate them from their parents, you get them in the schools. Little by little, until eventually they get all the way away from their parents and then go to college, where they are finally ready to have their minds fully opened to the idea of the brainwashing that they've had seeded in their brains their entire lives. You don't even need to prove it. It's so obvious.
The demoralization.
How dare I insult Santa Claus? I apologize. I didn't realize we had a bunch of Santaites here. Okay.
Process in the United States is basically completed already.
Did you hear that? The demoralization stage is completed already. It began immediately after World War II. Immediately. Exactly the same way that the British police will now arrest a father trying to save his daughter from an Islamic grooming gang and call him racist. Yes, because the police officers of today went to school at the same time that I did, and since. And they are just getting more and more and more exposed to the same kind of crap that they tried to expose me to. One of the reasons that I could never get it on in university and why I walked out twice is because not only did I feel like I was wasting my money being taught nothing at all, but because the things that I was being taught didn't seem to have anything really to do with what I had learned so far in my education, whether it was learning music production or media production. In fact, there, like I said many times, I was discouraged from using the skills I'd developed in college. I was discouraged from being creative. Instead, we had to read Marshall McLuhan, and Jacques Derrida, and Foucault, and all these Marxists. And reading them, I was like, well, some of these philosophies are nice, but a lot of this sounds like communism. And I don't think I even realized it at the time, but it just didn't, I didn't like it. For whatever reason, I'm one of the few people who managed to remain, maybe because I wasn't listening at school a lot of the time. I was one of those lucky kids who didn't have to listen and still passed. I guess maybe that's one of the reasons why. They used to say it was like, you know, because I had quite a high IQ, so I was able to barely pay attention and still pass. And I guess maybe other people like that are the ones who ended up being resistant to this shit because we just didn't care. We just didn't listen. We were just like, whatever, fucking teacher. Ironically, being Dennis the Menace might save the UK.
For the last 25 years, actually it's overfulfilled because demoralization now reaches such areas where previously not even Comrade Andropov and all his experts would even dream of such a tremendous success.
Holy shit. Holy shit. Damn, son. They didn't think it would be anywhere near as successful as it has been.
Most of it is done by Americans to Americans, thanks to lack of moral standards. As I mentioned before, exposure to true information does not matter anymore. A person who was demoralized is unable to assess true information. The facts tell nothing to him.
I told you. This is how you can have anti-ICE protests. It's like a bunch of people hired to remove illegal threats from you, potential threats from the country. And there are people out there screaming and fighting and getting their heads kicked in and getting shot in the face with rubber bullets because they try to beat up ICE agents to protect some fucking guy from the Middle East who doesn't care about them and would just as soon murder him than let him meet his daughter.
Even if I shower him with information, with authentic proof, with documents, with pictures, even if I take him by force to the Soviet Union and show him concentration camp, he will refuse to believe it until he is going to receive a kick in his fat bottom. When
you heard of, guys. Amelia, this is what we need to do. A kick in the fat bottom. Fat bottom girls, you make the rockin' world go round.
Military boot crashes his balls, then he will understand, but not before that. That's the tragic of the situation of demoralization.
It's terrible.
The next stage is destabilization. This time, subverter does not care about your ideas and the patterns of your consumption. Whether you eat junk food and get fat and flabby, doesn't matter anymore.
Oh no, what's that? Body positivity.
This time, and it takes only from 2 to 5 years to destabilize a nation. It's what matters is essentials: economy, foreign relations, defense systems.
What the? It's literally everything that we've witnessed in our lives. If you're my age, I'm 40. I've watched this happen. Didn't know I was watching it happen at first, but once he started to wake up and see it, and other people started to wake up and see it, and we started to talk to each other, it's so very obvious.
And you can see it quite clearly that in some areas, in such sensitive areas as defense and economy, the influence of Marxist-Leninist ideas in the United States is absolutely fantastic. I could never believe it 14 years ago when I landed in this part of the world that the process will go that fast.
Oh my God, it's awful.
The next stage, of course, is crisis. It may take only up to 6 weeks to bring a country to the verge of crisis.
Yep. It doesn't take very long once you've got a demoralized population and a destabilized nation in terms of their defenses and their foreign politics and, of course, their securities. Now you just need a good old crisis. I wonder where we could get a crisis. I wonder if that's what happened in 2020.
You can see it in Central America now. And after crisis, with a violent change of power, structure, and economy, you have so-called the period of normalization. It may last in...
Remember the words new normal? It failed. It definitely failed. But it worked in some ways. It worked in some ways. Minnesota, yeah. Indeed.
Definitely. Normalization is a cynical expression borrowed from Soviet propaganda. When the Soviet tanks moved into Czechoslovakia in '68, Comrade Brezhnev said, "Now the situation in brotherly Czechoslovakia is normalized." This is what will happen in the United States if you allow all these schmucks to bring the country to crisis.
This is 40 years ago. I think it's fair to say they allowed the schmucks. There we go again.
To promise people all kind of goodies and the paradise on earth.
How many times have you heard a communist going, when the glorious communist revolution takes over America, I'm going to go work in a farmer's market. I'm going to be a painter. No, you'll be breaking rocks 16 hours a day, whether you like it or not.
To destabilize your economy, to eliminate the principle of free market competition, and to put a big brother government in Washington, D.C.
Hello, Biden. Hello, Obama.
With benevolent dictators like Walter Mondale, who will promise lots of things, never mind whether the promises
hope, anyone?
Are fulfillable or not. Your leftists in the United States, all these professors and all these beautiful civil rights defenders, they are instrumental in the process of the subversion only to destabilize the nation. When their job is completed, they are not needed anymore. They know too much.
Useful idiots.
Some of them when they get disillusioned, when they see that Marxist-Leninists come to power, obviously they get offended. They think that they will come to power. That will never happen, of course. They will be lined up against the wall and shot.
Oh, god damn, man. I don't think you can say that on YouTube, Yuri. But thanks.
But they may turn into the most bitter enemies of Marxist-Leninists when they come to power. And that's what happened in Nicaragua. You remember most of these former Marxist-Leninists were either put to prison or one of them split, and now he's working against Sandinistas. It happened in Grenada when Maurice Bishop was already a Marxist. He was executed by a new Marxist who was more Marxist than this Marxist. Same happened in Afghanistan when first there was Taraki, he was killed by Amin, then Amin was killed by Babrak Karmal with the help of KGB. Same happened in Bangladesh when Mujibur Rahman, very pro-Soviet leftist, was assassinated by his own Marxist-Leninist military comrades. It's the same pattern everywhere.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Fuck. It's all fucked. So, last time, let's do it one more time. And let's get some memberships for some Amelia. And here we go.
Our country has been the setting of many stories of common men standing up to a tyrannical government. Have you ever wondered if you would stand up too?
Isn't it strange when you watch this and what she is saying is literally just the sort of thing that you would hear in a movie or any kind of patriotic story at all, from any country at all. That's the rhetoric she's using. It's actually quite benign. But there's a part of you in the back of your mind going, oh, I could get in trouble for this. Yeah, you could get in trouble for this. That's why it has to end. The reasons you could get in trouble for saying benign stuff like this.
Or would you stay silent? Or even take the oppressor's side? Well, what are you doing now? Because, well, there's your answer right there.
Yeah, buddy.
I don't mean Yankee wankers protesting law enforcement deporting illegal immigrant tax frauds. I mean our British government ignoring child grooming, whether by trannies or South Asians, but arresting teachers over pronouns. I suppose my question to you, Englishman, is do you want your country more than Imam Mohammed just arrived to Birmingham does?
Good question. And there you go. That's where we're at. It's a fuck up. It's a big old fuck up. And I'm here to try to talk about it, whether I'm allowed to or not. Support the channel if you could, so I can keep it going. Thanks very much. Of course, yes, it does help. Of course, super chats and memberships do keep the lights on and the takes uncensored. So support the stream and steer the conversation. While we move on, then let's have a look at this Netflix situation, because I was only aware of this at the last minute yesterday that the Netflix earnings call was happening at all. And I wasn't able to catch any of it, but I would like to see what happened, because it does appear that the Netflix stock has since plummeted. I mean, it's not. When you say plummet, it's like 2%, but that is a significant amount for it to have fallen. And it's a bit strange, really, because you don't expect to see that kind of thing. If we actually have a quick look at Netflix, you can see, for as much as it's been riding okay for a while, I mean, not exactly ideal. It's been going down and down and down for a while now. But then you have the earnings call and bloomf, off a cliff, which is weird because the earnings call seemed very optimistic. I mean, obviously, all earnings calls are puff pieces about the company, basically just there to give another shot of freaking diazepam to the investors and tell them to keep pumping money. But it's just a strange situation. So I just want to have a look at this. Netflix Inc. announced what appeared to be good earnings, but its stock fell. It will continue to fall as the media company pushes into a completely new business. Maybe it's got something to do with the WB merger, which still no one wants. Management announced the number of paid subscribers rose above 325 million for the first time in the most recent quarter. Furthermore, its advertising business is a remarkable success and gives the company two strong lines of revenue. Revenue increased 18% year over year to just above $12 billion. Net income rose 29%. The company forecast revenue for this year in the range of 50 billion to 51 billion. Sounds good, right? The one thing investors can count on with Netflix is that it's so far ahead of its competition and so much more profitable that it will indefinitely lead the streaming industry by a wide margin. Sole exception may be Amazon Prime and streaming services like Disney Plus, owned by large media companies. Most are barely profitable and struggling with churn. Of course. Griff has got to go. Okay, nice. Thanks for stopping by, though. Appreciate you. The estimated churn rate across the industry is 5% a month. Netflix's number is 2%. Churn is people subscribing, unsubscribing, coming back, leaving, coming back, leaving, coming back. Wall Street hates the offer Netflix has made for Warner Brothers Discovery Studios and HBO Max, which is now up to $72 billion. And apparently they're offering cash now just to try and get Paramount out of the equation. But now, of course, we also heard that maybe the government will get involved and block this from happening because it's too much like a monopoly. Kind of is. If Paramount takes it, you've got two huge companies with Disney in the middle. If Netflix takes it, you've got one behemoth and a couple of almost irrelevant alternatives. Investors hope the Paramount Skydance offer will win, despite resistance from Warner Brothers Discovery. If the Netflix offer fails, its stock will soar. That should tell Netflix's management everything they need to know. The $72 billion deal shows a weakness in Netflix's management strategic plans. It signals that it does not have faith in itself as a standalone company in its current business, which is amazing considering that it's Netflix. It created this streaming shit. It has to reach for another business to have a brighter future, management clearly thinks. It's probably not true. I mean, the problem is very obvious, really. I mean, it's the same problem as always. They're pumping out propaganda with race swaps and DEI everywhere, and so no one wants to watch something if it's been made by Netflix. I remember when Netflix started making stuff, they made El Camino. People were like, woo, wow, Netflix is making movies based on Breaking Bad? That sounds cool. Let's watch that. And it was okay. It was pretty good. It wasn't as good as Breaking Bad, but how could a movie do anything compared to what a series can do in that sort of setting? But people were like, oh, Netflix is producing their own stuff now? Wow, that's cool. Netflix must be doing great. But now, unfortunately, you know, it is just gay flicks and ped flicks, unfortunately. And then Stranger Things, and then they sunk all of everything into that and then flopped the ending with, of course, more messaging. Unfortunately, it's reaching for a legacy business that is dying. It makes the offer even more puzzling. Well, this is the thing, isn't it? This is the question. Do they continue to release movies in theaters, or are theaters done? That's another thing that the Netflix merger is threatening. The existence of movie theaters. At least in America. There's nothing wrong with what people call sticking to knitting. That is, stay with the business plan that made you successful. Get better at it every day. Manage for growth and margins. Give your shareholders reason to believe that the strategy they bought into is good enough. But there you go. So it doesn't look particularly great at the moment. And that actually does go some way to explaining why the stock price has in fact fallen. Because they don't appear very confident in themselves. And the more they invest into grabbing up Warner Brothers and creating a potential monopoly, the faster they might get felted by the whole damn thing. And there's a lot at stake there. If it doesn't work, if it doesn't create a colossal amount of extra income for Netflix, then they've wasted $72 billion. Just to put that in context, Star Wars, and by Star Wars, I mean Lucasfilm, was sold to, and its subsidiaries, ILM, Skywalker Sound, THX, all bundled in together and sold to Disney for $4 billion. $72 billion. Holy shit. That's crazy. It's like 15 times as much. I don't know, roughly. But no, a bit more than that, actually. But there you go. That's how much it's actually you're looking at here. If what happened to the goal? We should have at least 2 on the goal, but we've only got 1. That's weird. Oh well. Yeah, that's what stands to happen. If Netflix continues with this, it's a terrible idea. They should just stop. They should bail out. Paramount should get them, and then you'll have a good, decent back and forth between two major companies. It's the same as the wrestling thing in the 90s, the Monday Night Wars, when you had WWF and you had WCW, and they were going at it, and they were trying to compete every single Monday for the best show, get the best ratings, may the best man win, may the best company win, and the best company did eventually win. The most ruthless company was the WWF, and they won, and they bought out WCW, and then poof, no more competition. They tried to fake it with the brand extensions, creating Raw and SmackDown as two separate brands that were competing. But when they're all under the same ownership, it doesn't matter because the stakes aren't there. It's like the difference between fighting someone in real life and fighting someone in a video game. There are no stakes. But there we go. At the end of the day, you need competition. Competition thrives in and creates innovation. It inspires people to create, to innovate, to improve, to adapt, adopt, improve, and make the best products they possibly can. When you have monopoly, it creates stagnation. Industries die. St. Hugo's here. Hello, gifting a membership. That's one more for the princesses and one more for the Griff Force. Thank you very much. Appreciate you.
Let's go, Griff Force! Doing it for the princesses!
And Steven's followed up. Oh my God, you're getting a train. Second carriage on the track. Stephen Bromby gifting one Will of the Fans membership as well. Thank you very much as well. Next, we'll find out today. All right, then. I do appreciate it greatly, guys. It's a bit of a fucking rough month at the moment. Obviously, after Christmas and stuff like that, could really do with having a good month this month, just to keep the wolf from the door. But it is what it is. We'll keep trying to entertain you, and hopefully, you'll enjoy it enough. Anyway, Netflix is fucked. At the moment, they are coasting along quite nicely. If they carry on doing what they're doing, basically they'll continue to hold roughly the same number of people and about the same churn rate. That's really it. Most people have got long-running Netflix subscriptions that they just keep on, because usually this is the reason I've never been able to cancel Netflix, no matter how many times I've said I want to, is because the wife just convinces me. She's like, no, I need it. I need it, and the kid. The niece needs it, and we're all watching stuff on it. Like, just because you don't want to use it, I'm like, yeah, but it's a fucking evil, cancerous company that defends PDF files. And she's like, they're all terrible companies, man. Which one do you want? I'm just like, oh, for fuck's sake, fine. It's cheap here anyway. But I still don't like it. But sometimes you just got to say, all right, dear. You got to know when to pick your battles. But there you go. What's that? You need subs. I do. Yeah. Subs, memberships, whatever you like. Tell me if you've got something funny to say. Super chat it to me. I'll be very happy to add it to the bar, which right now is at 16%. Fuck. Felt it. Man, I'm going to have to start doing freaking crazy shit. Anyway, guys, if you want me to extend the stream past the 2-hour mark and play a game or something, let me know by helping me get to that bar, get that bar filled. In the meantime, Disney expected to announce the new CEO next month as pressure builds. That's funny, really, isn't it? Because this never happened when Bob Chapek was installed as the CEO. He just suddenly got the job. It's funny, that, isn't it? Absolutely funny, because it's almost as if that was never really the case. He was never really the CEO. He was just the CEO during COVID, so that Bob Iger didn't get blamed for anything. And then, who came riding back to the rescue? It was good old Bobby Iger, just in time to reap everything he sowed with his DEI policies and his bullshit corporatism, I should say. But now we are indeed apparently getting a very different kind of situation. now we're getting the build up to something. Whoa, James OP for 20 memberships. Holy shit, buddy, that's crazy. Thank you very much.
I got this new anime plot. Basically, there's this high school girl, except she's got huge boobs. I mean, some serious hunkers. A real setup of donkers. Packing some Doban hunkeros. Massive da hunka bankaloos. Big old Tanahangara cougars. What happens next? Transfer student shows up one day with even bigger Bankhanaga hoogs. Humongous hungalamga no logangas.
Hey, which means a 10. Holy shit.
10. Help me create the future of the white race.
Oh, these? My boobies? My massive fucking titties? My super stuffed up milkies? My hunger bonger doinky boinkies? My fucking fabric stretching, wind flapping, gravity welling sex mounds? You mean these super duper ultra hyper goddamn motherfucking...
Thank you very much, buddy. I do appreciate that greatly. That took us over 3/4 of the way up the bar. Damn, son. We literally are, at this point, $21 away from double boobas. So there we go. James up. You are James OP, I should say. You're a fucking legend, man. I appreciate you so very much. I think I've got a video in the tank that I can edit tomorrow, and then I'm probably going to take a day and do all of my side projects because I've just got too many. And I really need to make the AI that you're working on part of that in a big way. Like I need to spend like a whole day on this shit because otherwise I'm just never going to get around to it. Because whenever I think I've got a couple of hours before I have to go to bed. Nah, mate. Got to feed the kids. Wife wants something. Middle of the night run to a freaking takeaway or something, or 7-Eleven for a hot dog or something like that. So I end up basically not getting any time. I never get back to my computer. I always end up just crashing straight in bed. So I will eventually take a day, whether it's in the week or whether I end up doing it on Saturday or something. Either way, I'm going to get on that. And thank you again, buddy. Appreciate you. Disney expected to announce new Disney CEO next month as succession pressure builds. Now, who are the contenders? Well, it's kind of interesting, really, because at one point, Andrew Wilson was rumored. I think I'm right. That was correct. Back. Oh my God, it was the end of 2024. This was Disney expanding the CEO search to outside candidates, including EA's Andrew Wilson. Yeah. And I remember we were all very worried about that because Andrew Wilson, of course, being the CEO of EA, definitely means that we'd be looking at an possibly even worse version of Disney. Disney A. Holy shit. That is the last thing anybody wants. But that seems to have disappeared now. By 14 months later, let's see what's been going on. The search for a new Disney CEO appears to be nearing its conclusion. There was also a woman up for the role as well, I believe, which shouldn't be really that much of a surprise. Put another gay, diverse woman in it. Make it lame and gay. I mean, it can't really get much lamer or gayer, but, well, we'll see, won't we? According to a recent report from the Los Angeles Times, the Walt Disney Company is expected to formally announce its next chief executive as early as next month, signaling the beginning of the end of Bob Iger's return stint and the supposed start of Disney's next corporate chapter. The announcement would represent one of the most consequential leadership transitions in Disney's modern history, coming after years of internal instability, strategic reversals, and mounting pressure from both Wall Street and longtime fans. Okay. Bob Iger's return was always supposed to be temporary. Well, I don't think he ever really left, quite frankly. Here's the official story. Bob Iger stepped back into the CEO role in late 2022 after Bob Chapek's abrupt exit, a move framed as an emergency stabilization effort rather than a long-term solution. Iger himself has repeatedly reframed his return as temporary, with the explicit goal of restoring confidence, resetting internal leadership, and preparing a successor capable of navigating Disney's increasingly complex business model. That, at least, is the official rhetoric. You see? Marvin's got it. Marvin Montanaro, the fucking man. Critics, however, have long argued that Iger's return looked less like a reluctant rescue mission and more like an audacious corporate power grab. In this view, Bob Chapek was effectively positioned to absorb the fallout from a series of deeply unpopular decisions. Decisions that Iger did little to reverse once back in control because they were his ideas. We're talking about COVID mandates. We're talking about gender ambiguity at the parks. We're talking about DEI in the art. We're talking everything like that. This was all Bob Iger. You can't be the CEO for a year and actually affect any real change. That's absurd. No one's that naive. The fact that Disney think we're stupid enough to fall for that is it's kind of baffling, actually, isn't it? Clearing the path for Iger to reassert authority after his supposed retirement. To skeptics, the narrative of a temporary stabilizer masks what was really a reseizing of power, with Chapek left holding the blame and Iger reclaiming the reins without meaningfully repudiating the policies that sparked the backlash in the first place. Yeah, of course. Bob Chapek was a patsy. I think I've got a video about it. Pretty sure back in the day I made a video all about this. I think I even referred to him as a patsy then. It was obvious. I remember it well. It was the first year the channel was active. With Iger's planned departure set for 2027, Disney's board has faced growing pressure to avoid another rushed or chaotic handoff. An early announcement of the new Disney CEO would give the company time to manage a controlled transition, something it failed to achieve during the Chapek era. Well, it was never intended. I'm telling you, right? I don't give a fuck what anyone says. He was never really the CEO. He was the CEO in name only. And Bob Iger was absolutely still calling the shots. There was even, we know this because there was an internal power struggle. Lots of Iger loyalists refused to obey what Chapek wanted them to do. Chapek, as it turned out, was pretty much a proponent of the opposite of the stuff that Iger did. And he actually came out really strong against all that TQ plus bullshit back in the day. But then, of course, they had all of the Tranoid protests and blah, blah, blah like that. And before you knew it, he was on his knees fucking bending the knee to the TQ plus agenda. And it did not go well for Disney.
Nah, demons, like demons.
It never does go well. Never, ever does. Anyway, leading continues to... Well, hold on a minute. James, back again. Thank you, buddy, for $5. Says, it's all good. I'm doing some heavy changes at the moment, getting image and audio to video online. Making a talking head video as a test right now. Sweet. Let me see what it looks like later. Are we interested to see that? And thank you very much for the $5, buddy. Appreciate you. I really do. Much appreciated. And also, that's fine then. That's great. I'll wait for the weekend. I'll just hit the videos hard this week and then try and get a few hours at the weekend to come and have a proper look at what's going on with that. And then hopefully be able to make a full switch from what I'm using at the moment, which is a combination of ChatGPT and Grok. I kind of play them against each other at the moment. If I don't like the results I get from Grok, I get ChatGPT to write me a prompt for Grok. Or I'll put an image into Grok and say, write me a prompt that makes this person without saying their name. And then put that into ChatGPT and see if it recognizes it. It's all a lot of experimenting at the moment. And I'm giving away my trade secrets here. But, there is a reason why the Street Fighter ladies are looking so fucking good. But there we go. Anyway, maybe I'll show you towards the end. Thank you very much, though, James. Appreciate you, buddy. And thanks for $5.
Thank you for $5.
Oh, that clip is so stupid. Anyway, leading contenders for the new CEO role. So we have Josh D'Amaro, chairman of Disney Experiences, scribbles furiously, Rhoda. Chairman of Disney Experiences is often cited as the favorite in Wall Street circles. DeMauro oversees Disney's parks, resorts, and cruise line and has been closely associated with the company's massive $60 billion parks expansion initiative. That's pretty impressive, actually. His visibility with fans and strong standing with investors have made him a particularly popular candidate. He runs the only profitable branch of the Walt Disney Company. Huh. That's true, actually. The parks have been going through their own shit lately. I don't really report on the parks. It's not really my area. I don't know enough about them. I've never been to Disneyland or Disney World. And when I was in Florida, I went to Islands of Adventure and Universal Studios and a couple of other places as well. I never went to Disney. Also frequently mentioned is Dana Walden, who leads Disney's television and streaming operations. Walden's experience spans traditional broadcast streaming strategy and studio leadership, areas that remain central to Disney's long-term growth plans. Yeah, but they're not really doing very well at them, are they? However, Walden's close personal friendship with former Vice President Kamala Harris, oh, buddy, no, is seen by many as a vulnerability for the company during the current Trump administration. Uh-oh. Other names in the mix include Alan Bergman, head of Disney's film studios, and Jimmy Pitaro, chairman of ESPN. Each brings deep operational experience, though questions remain about whether any single executive can effectively manage Disney's sprawling portfolio alone. So would we end up with the co-CEOs? One possibility quietly circulating within industry circles is a return to Disney's co-CEO structure, a model the company has successfully used in the past. In the original days, yeah, of course, you had Walt Disney and Roy Disney, and then later Michael Eisner and Frank Wells. Yeah. I mean, they were doing a lot better when Eisner was in charge. Eisner was a dick, but they were making more money. Well, they weren't making more money, but they were more profitable. And they were much more appreciated in the vein that they're supposed to be operating in, which is family entertainment. These days, nobody trusts Disney. Nobody. Given the scale of today's Disney, encompassing theme parks, film studios, television networks, streaming platforms, sports media, gaming, and consumer products, some believe a shared leadership model could reemerge. That actually isn't a bad bet. They've just done it at Lucasfilm, after all. So, maybe that will be the thing. Anyway, DeMauro and Walden are often mentioned together in that context, representing a potential split between physical experiences and content strategy. While purely speculative at this stage, the idea reflects a broader challenge Disney faces in defining what kind of leadership structure best suits its modern business. So there we go. Yeah, I think it better be something different. It's got to be better than Iger, though. I mean, okay, I shouldn't say that because, you know, we once thought anything would be better than Chris Chibnall running Doctor Who. How wrong we were. But as it stands right now, yeah, get rid of Iger. He's Mr. DEI. He's Mr. Let's buy everything and ruin it. It's if he had actually walked away in 2019, he would have been a legend. But now he's come back and inherited his own problems again. Not least of which Elon Musk telling him to go fuck himself. Which you just love, you know. You just gotta love it. Anyway, bye-bye, Iger. Hopefully in the next year or so. And we'll get a new one. Which brings me to the main event of the evening. This is gonna get rough. We're going into drama territory, ladies and gentlemen. We are getting catty. We are getting desperate. We are getting some strange shit going on. Now, some of you will be aware, some of you will not be aware. Even though this channel has existed for 3.5 years, I actually have been active as a member of our coalition since about 2018. more or less around about the time all these channels started to rise, basically, I was watching all of them. I was Fandom Menace, you know, I was part of that. I was Toxic Brood. I was involved in all of that shit. But, and of course I was tail end Gamergate too, so I was already a little skeptical about gaming. Just didn't realize that it was as broad as it was until I noticed the female doctor. And then that kind of carried me into that. So I've been in this game for quite a long time now. I remember things and I've got receipts. But, you know, back in the day, 2018, it was Geeks and Gamers, Nerdrotic, obviously. These back when they had less than 100,000 subs each. And the Quartering, who was bigger. And the Quartering has gone from being the biggest, you know, channel in the based YouTuber, whatever they call it. What do they call us? Alt-right pipeline or whatever. Fucking whatever you want to call it. Counterculture, anti-left, tube. The Quartering was an inspiration for a lot of people. He was the guy doing the article videos right back in the beginning. It was a good model and it worked. The problem is, first, well, there are lots of problems with the Quartering. Okay, and I've butted heads with the guy myself on X a lot. A lot. He's an arrogant son of a bitch, if you want my real opinion. In that time, he has become a multimillionaire. And yet, he constantly panhandles as if he's broke. Now, we also know that the guy has bought himself a dozen Rolexes, a $30,000 fish tank, a $100,000 RC car track, and lots of other insane things. He bought a plane for his wife, and lots of other insanely ostentatious, incredibly irresponsible financial decisions. He doesn't seem to have saved anything. He seems to have believed that the gravy train would last forever. Seemed to have absolutely no retirement plan. And going from there, then, there's another problem. He failed to diversify in any way at all. He didn't get into live streaming until like the last year. And that's not even as long as me, you know. And in that time, he's basically tried to turn himself into another Tim Pool because he can't stand Tim Pool for whatever reason. But it's a complete farce. And the reason it's a complete farce, and there's many reasons. He brought on Melanie Mack. He brought on Hannah Claire. Shit, what's her name? Fucking can't remember her last name. Hannah Claire Brimelow. Of course, Peter Brimelow's daughter. Am I roboting? Sorry if I'm roboting. At the moment, in order to keep a stable connection and avoid my ISP from dropping me, I'm having to use a VPN, which causes occasional moments of roboting, but it doesn't drop me completely from the stream. So pick your poison, I guess. But anyway, that's good. It's good. It's fine then. Thank you. But yeah, so the next problem with the Quartering, and this is the really, 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 really big problem, is his absolute unprofessionalism. Now, don't get me wrong. No one here is here to be hyper professional, right? Absolutely fucking not. That's kind of the point. But there are ways to conduct yourself that are, you know, unprofessional, and then there's ways that you can conduct yourself that are anti-professional, like self-destructive. We've seen this before. He's had numerous massive beefs with former friends and associates. He's always drunk on his stream, like pretty much constantly. And we've seen him when he's blackout drunk on a live stream, going absolutely crazy. And inviting women onto his show, trying to get them to get their tits out, like just becoming everything that he claims is bad. And that reveals a certain behavioral pattern that doesn't line up with the uber conservative persona that he's tried to build for himself. In other words, grifter. In fact, I'd go so far as to say that it's because of people like the Quartering that the rest of us get tarred with that fucking brush. Some of us care about what we're doing, you know. I care a lot about what happens to the world, what I can do to change it, what I can do to raise awareness and make fun of it. But the Quartering, he just was in it for the money. And he made a lot of money. It's worth pointing out also that he had like 6 different YouTube ventures before the Quartering. And he actually only really started the Quartering as what it became after getting kicked out of the Magic the Gathering community for basically being, and I can't believe I'm going to say the word, toxic as fuck. Like literally just hounding people who have not at all done anything to deserve it. Yeah, they're a bit woke, but he would just go after them doggedly, unprovoked. And again, it's stuff like that that gives the rest of us a bad name. Cut to now. What do we have? We have another mistake that he made where he spent the last year on his live stream and all his videos telling his audience to go to Rumble. It also became really, really clear as the rest of us have started to pivot, diversify, get into live streaming. Some people are doing shorts. A lot of people have got other platforms. They've got Patreons. They've got locals, various things like that. And yeah, imagine if you just came in as a normie and thought I was talking about Jeremy D-Day. No. Jeremy Hambly, not Jeremy Griggs. The point is, it's been obvious for a while that this is unsustainable. The Quartering's revenue is down in the dumps. His views are down in the dumps because, well, people have now given rise to the term slop tuber if you just read articles. And it's one of the reasons why I pivoted away from it into a more balanced, deep dive kind of edited video that I'm doing now. Although I will say this, the number one reason why I pivoted to that was because I'd much rather have been making that kind of content the whole time. It's just that it wasn't conducive to getting much content out. And I wanted to have a lot of content to be able to build an audience. The idea was always to, at some point, pivot to higher quality with a slower fire rate, you know? And so that we're kind of there now, but it happened because I realized that you know, filming all your videos in one session and then blasting them out over a couple of days is not necessarily the best way to make content. And it doesn't necessarily give you the ability to really get in there and deep dive. If you script a video, write a couple of 1,000 words on a subject, record yourself, put some footage over it and some nice music, people are much more likely to listen, especially if you like dial down the cartoonishly anti blah 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 rhetoric and create actual structured arguments, which is what I've been trying to do lately. And a lot of people have been very positive about it. Thank you. I've had some really lovely compliments on the new style of video and I'm really appreciating it. Keeps me motivated, you know. Meanwhile, Hambly still does the same videos. He still fires up an OBS, opens an article about something he doesn't give a fuck about, reads it, and then the other thing that's really bad. What's up, everybody? This is Jeremy from the Quartering, and today we're going to talk about this article here, and we're going to have a look at. Well, this is da 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 da. Well, let me know what you think about that in the comments. By the way, buy my coffee, and that's exactly why it hasn't worked. He also tried to. It's the dumbest thing I've ever seen, actually. Starting a coffee company called Coffee. Coffee brand coffee, right? Honestly, if the guy wasn't so arrogant, if he'd asked anyone at all what they thought of that name, anyone, especially someone like him who claims to have a marketing background, anyone with a marketing background should have been able to tell you that putting the name of the item, the generic object that you're selling, in the name of your product is just going to mean you've got absolutely no SEO whatsoever. As for Gary Nerdrotic, he's all right in my opinion, but I deeply dislike the way he talks about Brits. The Critical Drinker is bigger than him. I thought Gary loved the Brits. He's a Doctor Who fan. He sometimes wears a bowler hat. He's been to London. I've never seen him talk shit about the Brits, but if he has been, then, well, to be honest, I've not been watching a lot of Nerdrotic live this year. Last year, I've been too busy. And almost always I'd rather watch one of my friends instead. Drinker's good. I remember Drinker. Oh, man. I honest to God, no one will believe me because it sounds so terrible, but I came up with that name, Critical Drinker, as well, like years ago, and I thought, oh, that's a good name. And then I never thought about using it, and then someone, he created that channel, and I subscribed to him when he had about 5,000 subs. My God, what a meteoric rise. It's better off in his hands. He's much better than I am. He was able to really hit hard and produce consistently high quality criticism. Critical Drinker is great. I just wish I'd stolen that name before he did. You know, that would have been better. But oh well. History is whatever it is. Anyway, the point is, these channels are all doing gangbusters. Drinker is one of the biggest film reviewers in the world. Nerdrotic, I don't even need to tell you. FNT brings in thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars a month alone. D-Day Cobra, Jeremy Griggs here, outside of Geeks and Gamers. Have you seen the kinds of super chats this guy gets? It's crazy. But the quartering cannot cope with the fact that he is failing. He hasn't diversified. He's still trying to live off ad revenue and sponsorships. And that makes him a slave. Unfortunately. That means you have to work. That means you have to grift. Whereas if you can live stream, build an audience live streaming, and I'm struggling to do that. I don't know why only 25 people come watch this show. If you can get more people, more eyes on your live streams, you have more interaction with your audience. More interaction with your audience is a stronger community all round. And you never know, someone might toss you a super chat. I'd much rather be a streamer at this point, but I do love editing videos too. But you've got to diversify. You've got to have more irons in the fire, or you are going to stagnate. And this is the problem now. The quartering is facing stagnation. And his solution is to bitch and moan, whine and complain, and suggest that the entire culture war scene is dead. I don't think so, buddy. I think actually the culture war is hotter than ever. In fact, it is genuinely chaos out there. There is never a day when there's not something truly nutty going on. Oh, he talks smack about Brits. Says, oh, it's just banter. Yeah. But it irks you because you're Welsh. Ah. Well, I'm descended from Scots. A long line of Scots. My dad was a Scot. We have a similar kind of pride. But I don't know. I guess I'm not that big on the whole, like, I feel like anyone should be able to roast anyone for their country or their whatever culture. It doesn't bother me, really. As long as you have a strong foundation. At the moment, the state of the UK, it deserves to be roasted because it's not standing up for itself. Stand up and fucking fight, UK. But anyway, let's watch this because it's got worse. So now the quartering has done the cardinal sin. There are two cardinal sins if you are going to be part of this sort of coalition, this collective of all of us that talk about the culture war, whatever you want to call it right wing, call it libertarian, call it whatever the fuck you like, Gamergate 2. If you're going to be part of this, you need to understand two things. One, never attack your audience. Under any circumstances, do not attack your audience. Ever. Never crash out at your audience. And number two, never attack your friends. Never attack your peers. Never attack your betters. Okay? And now you might say, oh, well, Will, you're sitting here attacking the quartering. He's like 50 times the size you are. Yeah, but I don't consider him better than me. I consider him a lazy piece of shit. So there we go. But he's gone and done the worst, stupidest thing he could possibly have fucking done. On a live stream, which Kino Casino was A-logging him on, and I was watching live, he brought up the analytics for Geeks and Gamers, D-Day Cobra, and Nerdrotic, and started saying that they're all fucking doomed. Oh, buddy. Oh, dear. You do not want to do that. You do not want to do that. And, of course, as you could probably guess, Griggs was live on D-Day Cobra at the time, and his chat started telling him what was going on. So he decided to react to the Kino clip. So I'm going to react to him, reacting to Kino, reacting to quartering. It's Reactception, and we're going to...
Overcast. Many of you were saying, yo, Jeremy, Kino Casino is reacting to you. And I'm like, Kino Casino, I love those guys, but why are they reacting to me?
Right, that doesn't make sense. There'd be no reason for them to do that. Because Jeremy's cool. He doesn't do anything worthy of fucking reacting to it.
Usually it's because they're roasting.
Kino Casino exists to roast an A-log lolcows. And in the case of the quartering, turn him into one.
They're like, no, man. The quartering was talking about you.
Oh, last thing about the quartering. He went to Amfest. It was a shit show. They had multiple and unbelievably awful, unprofessional, cringe live streams with him, Melanie Mac, Hannah Claire, and that guy Luke. And it became really obvious that he was trying to use the entire thing as a way to get in bed with Melanie Mac. There was a whole situation where people swear blind they saw Melanie Mac mouth to Hannah Claire, help me, at the concept of having to go watch a football game alone with Jeremy. Oh dear.
One of his videos, so Kino Casino was reacting to CobraCast.
No.
Jeremy brought me up and other channels, I guess, to justify why he claims his channel has fallen off.
Zalosi saw it. It totally was. Yeah, I believe it too. I 100% believe it. Yeah. 100%.
And I'm like, what? So let's check out this part with Kino Casino really quick. Hail Kino Casino.
Per year, Nerdrotic has gained 50,000 subscribers.
Okay, straight out of the gate, this is a terrible look. This is a terrible look. This is what you're doing on your live stream. That's like me opening up like Hypnotic's fucking analytics on Social Blade and going, well, he makes this much. Why don't I make this much? Dude. Be grateful for whatever you can get.
Subs mean nothing.
And so
they don't mean anything.
Subs mean absolutely nothing on YouTube.
Yes,
anymore.
he's agreeing with
nothing. Okay.
It's like, by the way, it's not proof that he's not.
I was like kind of surprised when they said that because I'm still old school enough to think that subscribers actually matters, but it doesn't. It really, really doesn't. All that matters is that you create content people want to watch. Create fun stuff that people will enjoy.
Buying them like you are, Jerry, you fucking idiot.
Yeah, so I mean, when I say
they accused him of buying subs, you should never buy subs. If you ever start a YouTube channel, never ever consider buying subscribers. There's a really, really easy reason for that, by the way. If you have more subscribers, but they're not actively subscribed, like they're bots that you've or even real accounts that someone's farmed and then you pay them and they only last a little while. And B, they will also not watch any of your content, which means that a smaller percentage of your audience is actually watching, which means your content will not get picked up by the algorithm and sent out to more people, which makes it harder for you to continue to grow.
Subs mean nothing. It's just that in terms of the overall scope, all that matters is how you interact with your audience.
Yes.
Audience retention is all that matters.
Yeah.
Because the reason subs don't matter in terms of the...
Crayon God says, I don't like quartering. I stopped watching his content years ago. So did I. Around about the time Coffee Brand Coffee. I watched him in 2018. I stopped around 2021, 2022 maybe, because I just realized that I was doing better content than him. Like his videos compared to mine were boring and amateurish. And I was starting out. And I just was like, okay. I know that makes me sound like I'm a fucking cocky shit. I'm not. I'm not. The visuals on his were better. I had a shitty camera. I was sitting in my living room. You know, I had no kind of background, no decoration, no nothing, just articles but what I did have was anger, raw fucking fire to talk about these subjects that had been boiling inside me for years. He was sitting there going, like I said, "What's up, everybody? It's Jeremy here from the Quartering, and we're going to read an article today that I don't really give a shit about, but, you know, it's really, Marvel movies woke. Marvel's woke. Yeah, Marvel's woke." And it's boring. It's boring. It's really boring. If I just sit here, this is what people also don't understand, especially when you're live streaming. You can't just sit and go, "Hey, everybody. Yeah. How are you doing today?" "Yeah, I'm doing all right." "Yeah, it's all right. Yeah. So we're going to play a game today. We're going to talk about a couple of topics." Yeah. Fucking hell, man. Fucking hell. Are you trying to make your audience fall asleep? Wake up. Raise your voice. Get some goddamn energy. It's outrageous. Quartering, you fat, lazy bastard. Get some fucking energy. You need energy. That's why you got to have a good laugh when you're streaming. Care about what you're talking about. Don't talk about things you don't care about. You will never, ever convince anyone that you care about these things. This is why it's silly that I'm doing this as a topic, because this is straight YouTube drama, and it's not really what I normally cover, but I actually care about this because I've been watching these fucking people for a long time, and I don't like when someone in a position of still relevant authority like Hambly, who you'll see in a second, comes out and says the whole fucking scene is dead when it objectively isn't. And he's just a failure because he's lazy, unprofessional, drunk, and a pervert. So here we go.
Number anymore is because of YouTube Shorts. Subs can be completely blown out of proportion by YouTube Shorts. You have 3 different audiences now on YouTube. You have YouTube Shorts, you have live streaming, and you have long form, short form content.
Yeah, it's true. The audiences are almost completely different, and there's very little overlap. Look at the fact that I've got 12,000 subs, but only about 30 to 40 people who routinely come in and watch the live streams. It's difficult. You've just got to keep going, keep plugging away. Eventually, the algorithm will realize what you're trying to do and hopefully push you out to more people.
3 different audiences, and there's not a lot of overlap between all of those audiences. There's not, especially with YouTube Shorts. YouTube Shorts do not watch.
Fuck Shorts, man.
Live streams. And they don't watch long-form content.
That's true. People who watch shorts are just TikTok dicks who've ended up being banned from TikTok and ended up on YouTube for whatever reason.
Watch TikTok bullshit.
Correct.
What is this guy's major malfunction? Like, he's attacking these guys who are...
If you're just catching up now, this is me reacting to Jeremy, reacting to Kino, reacting to Hambly.
All, like, in the same sphere and have overlap with him that people like. Why is he doing this? It's not wise.
I don't understand this. No. I couldn't believe it. I was sitting editing the video I was making about AI when I was watching this, and I was just wincing, like actually cringing, like, "Oh, mate, no. What are you doing? You're throwing yourself under the bus." He's throwing the whole scene under the bus. He's throwing his friends under the bus, but more importantly than anything, he's throwing himself under the bus. Crashing out. Look, you can't have the best month ever every month. I'm having a terrible month in terms of revenue. I'm like worried at this point because, you know, I'm eating through my savings and I got things to do with those that I need. So I'm looking at a particularly bad month, but hey, that's just the way it goes. You got to believe, you got to keep going. You got to keep grinding.
Man, and you know it's gonna rub Gary the wrong way. He's like, okay, well, it's not like.
Has anybody heard anything from Gary? Because I haven't seen anything from Nerdrotic about this at all. It's interesting because he's usually a little passive aggressive about this stuff. I fully expect Jeremy Griggs here will go all in.
Insult, but it's like, okay, well, you don't have. I'm not gonna.
And I've talked so much, we're gonna extend the stream half an hour anyway.
Name any names. Nerdrotic, here's your like buddy, 6 hours, 240K.
What it is it's a crab in a bucket. He's like, well, I'm failing, so now everyone else has to fail, and I have to say that That's
what it is. It's sour grapes. That's what it is. he hasn't diversified. He has just continued to throw out 5 videos a day. 5. I remember when I was putting out 3. And that did quite well for me for a while until I realized that 2 of them were just not getting watched. One would dominate and the other 2 would just fade into the ether. And it was pointless because, I mean, I didn't have a choice at the time because when you're starting out, you've got to produce a lot of content so that you can get a lot of eyes on your channel. But, you know, eventually it's like, well, pick the topic you care about the most and bet on that. And you'll do a better job anyway because you care the most about it. Don't throw out multiple videos a day because if somebody watches one of them and doesn't watch the other 4, the algorithm reads that. And now they think your audience doesn't like you.
Everyone else is failing. Because
this is a problem that I've had as well, frankly, because I've made a lot of Doctor Who content and a lot of people in the audience came only for Doctor Who. So if I'm not making Doctor Who content, they don't even see the videos. That's my mistake, which I'm trying to rectify all the time.
I can't cope with my failure. And I have to say it's everybody online has the same problem. When they don't, because
that's another thing. If you're going to try and make it as a YouTuber, you got to own your own fuck ups massively. If you can't take responsibility for your mistakes, you are not going to make it.
They've invested into other areas where they're bringing in revenue.
This entire year. Last year, he gained, you know, way more. Oh, if we look at views, look at this.
Okay.
It's still good, though. That's what.
You know what I don't know about this? Why has he always got his hand on his pulse? Is he dying?
It's still
the fact that he's bringing Gary's analytics into this, and then he brings my analytics into this is crazy.
It's ultra cringe. It's like he's coping. First of all, he's coping for the fact that his channel is bombing, but he's also failing to understand why only his channel is bombing, and then trying to hyperextend it to the whole scene. It's ultra petty, Jen. You're right. It's very petty, but it's also really bad because if anyone actually listens to him and starts going, well, the scene is dead now. The scene is dead. I mean, the thing is, it's not dead. It's fucking alive and well, buddy. It's entered a completely different era at this point. Now we're in the era of, okay, all these companies that we said would die are dying. There are colossal corporate takeovers happening left, right, and center as these companies try to scramble to survive. Everything we said would happen has happened. And yet we're seeing the sparks of hope for a new generation. Indie games and small AI-powered fan films are starting to make the right kind of noise. Now is the time for us to go in and create something. I really got to get some of my fucking side projects done. Because I want to get stuff out there for people to see. I want to create some stuff for you guys to enjoy. Besides just the videos commenting on the stuff, I want to make a game. I want to make a film. I want to write my book, you know? I want to do all these things. It's just balancing it is tough at the moment. But I'll find the time. But I want to put something out there. Something great. Something that really cooks, something that people will go, oh, thank God, someone's writing good stories again. You know?
Vol, Gary.
That's the scene now. The scene is different. We've won. It's hilarious to me that the quartering says the scene's over and we lost the culture war. We haven't lost the fucking culture war, you moron. Completely dominant. Gamergate 2 is undefeated. Game studios are closing. Ubisoft is shutting down like 80% of their fucking studios, firing most of their employees and putting shell companies together to hide their IP from their own fucking foreclosure threats. We are winning decisively. It's unbelievable. But the worst, skeeziest part of the whole thing is he's dragging his friends into this. He's trying to make it look like they're failing too, so that he doesn't feel so bad about himself. And maybe that will become something that people believe, and then they'll maybe go away from them and go and watch him instead. Scum.
And Critical Drinker are basically the 2 biggest movie reviewers on YouTube.
What did I say?
Yes, you got Jeremy Johns in there too, and I love Jeremy Johns.
Jeremy Johns is great.
Gary and Drinker are the two top dogs.
Yeah, they are.
In the entire movie review world.
That's why they've been on fucking Piers Morgan. I hate Piers Morgan, but they've been on there.
They are the guys. Gary gets between 5,000 and 8,000 live stream viewers on his solo live streams. Friday Night Tights is the biggest live stream in the entire entertainment sphere. And all of his videos do minimum 500,000 views.
Really, really.
James OP is here for $5. Thank you. Says Goonagate did him in. Oh, it definitely did. It definitely was a major mask slip moment for him, Goonagate. That's when he and I started arguing. I told him to stay out of it. I said, hey, Jeremy. And I just meant this as like a, you know, as a guy that I've respected a bit. You know, I think you should probably stay out of this one. And he told me to fuck off, basically, on X. So, all right, mate. Stick it in there. Go on. Stick your dick in the beehive, you fucking imbecile. Anyway, he was shunned for pretending to be pious when everyone knew he was a piece of shit. Yeah, I know, right? How did he get Melanie Mack to be on his fucking show? It's absurd, buddy. It's absurd. They consistently did this. This guy's totally going in wanker of the week, by the way, for tomorrow. Absolutely for this. I'm going to have to speed this up a bit, aren't I? Oh, fuck it, it's not working. He totally did that, though. He pretended like he was a good Christian boy. Don't you ever watch porn, you naughty boys? Oh, don't be nasty and don't objectify women. And then he literally brings 2 women onto his fucking live stream just so that he can control them by paying them to be there. So they have to come every day. If they don't, they won't get paid. And he pays them $500 each a stream. And his stream on Rumble apparently streams to 20,000 people, but on Rumble that means about 200. And then at the same time, he gets like nothing. He gets less super chats than I do. Madness. Who's going to say he's a contender for Wanker of the Week? Yeah, he definitely is. Yeah. It's weird. It's a weird situation because I don't usually go after people who are on my own side. And I'm literally having to go at him for doing that. But he's turning into a bit of a tumor for the rest of us. So he'll find himself all alone in the end. And it will crash and burn just like all of his other fucking companies did. Like all of his other endeavors did. And they all did because he actually is a nasty, toxic drunk. And again, I can't believe I'm saying these words. Toxic. He harasses the women that he works with. He does. He's the reason that we get called all these fucking names. You watch the way he fucking behaves on his live streams. Check out, at some point when you get an opportunity, check out the Kino Casino Clips channel. There's a shitload on him. But there you go. That's what did him in. It's true. He is, in fact, a man. He likes to drink. He likes the ladies. He can't pretend to be something other than that. He's not even that conservative. At all. He's more like me, actually. More of a sort of centrist. But the difference between him and me is I would never get caught trying to cop off with one of my female employees while married. Because I wouldn't do it. Because it would be suicide. But anyway, thank you, James. Appreciate you for the commentary there, man. Yeah, you're right. Absolutely right. Goonagate definitely was a major nail for him.
Thank you for $5, Dora.
Dora! Thank you very much, buddy. Appreciate you. And we got another one, actually. I didn't notice. Sorry. Stephen Bromby is here for £5. Oh, wow. That's some legitimate currency right there, I do think, indeed.
Every single person that's intelligent, hardworking, ambitious, had dreams and goals, has abandoned England in the last 200 years.
It says, I've no sympathy for quartering. He brings all of this shite upon himself. You're right. He absolutely does. That is literally what he does. He says, oh, well. Whew. Well, guys, we are $2 away from the goal, and then I'll stream for another 50 minutes. Just another. I'll fill out the entire hour. Go for 3 hours. And let me know in the chat if there's any games you want me to particularly play. Take a look at my library on Steam. Let me know, because I'm not sure what I should be playing at the moment. And thank you very much, Stephen. Appreciate you, man. Thank you very much for the $5.
Thank you for $5.
All right, let's carry on with the self-destruction, the self-implosion of the fucking quartering here, and the throwing of everybody else in the scene under the bus.
People would die to have viewership like that.
And by the way, he's showing the time where Trump won. Of course, it was the peak there.
But it's declined a lot less than Jeremy.
You're right. He is a supreme simp.
Jeremy's down like, I think 90%, somewhere between 80 to 90% from last year. Whereas it looks like Nerdrotic's down like maybe 30%.
Yeah, well, they fucked with views this year, remember? Or middle of last year. Around about the time my second daughter was born. That's when they fucked with the views. And they changed the algorithm so that now, basically, if you don't watch for a certain amount of time, it doesn't count anymore if you watch for like a minute. That doesn't count as a view. You have to hit like or comment, basically. Otherwise, I mean, I don't know. I don't know how it works, because otherwise I would have exactly the same number of views as likes. But they've changed what it means to be a view on YouTube. They've greatly increased what qualifies as a view. So that's why almost everybody's down like 30%, 40% this year. But quartering's down 90%.
40%? Like, it's not the same level of a fall.
And I told you before, the reason he's down, apart from the fact that he's been exposed as a simp, a perv, a drunk, and an incredible piece of shit, it's just the fact that when he does do a video, it's this. Hey guys, my channel's not doing so well. And I think I know why, so I'm going to read this article. But first, let me tell you why you need to buy my drop-shipped 13 to the dozen coffee with no brand name that you can actually Google. Like, good God. Open a vein, man. Wake yourself up.
I don't know.
Review Tech just streamed porn.
What? Oh yeah,
and then
I remember
deleted
that. Yeah, that's true. Review Tech, he literally streamed like an old man dancing naked or something. I don't know what the fuck's up with that guy, man. That guy's gone off the rails as well. Let's get past this to the point where they start talking about the actual subject.
It's like, what are you doing, dude? It's not okay. Like,
no, is that it? Yeah, I don't know. Have we gone too far? Looks like he's searching as well.
In a mask and shit. It was weird, creepy.
They're on stream
in a mask and shit,
and they're still talking about dickers here.
Weird, creepy.
And his son, and it's like, what are you doing, dude?
Mauler needs to do an EFAP on the quartering. That's not really what EFAP does, but it would be really funny if they did.
Dude, it's not okay. Like, that's actually, in my opinion, child abuse.
I gotta fast forward a little bit.
No doubt.
He goes and pulls Geeks and Gamers up here in a minute.
If we were on,
for you, in case you don't know, the child abuse in question there was that Review Tech USA actually brought his blind daughter and his son onto a live stream. Now, I've held my babies on the stream before when I've had to, because like mommy needs a second or something. And I don't like, I'm not going to continue that practice as they grow up, you know. Right now, they're just babies. They're babies, they're cute, they're babies. But as they begin to grow up and develop into children, you'll never see them. Sorry. But, you know, that's when they become people who have like rights to say, no, thank you, daddy. I don't want all your strange friends looking at me. Even though you guys are great and not that strange. But that's the kind of thing the kid would say. You know? And I think that for Review Tech to do it, manipulate his audience by doing that is scummy. Scummy. Like, why would you? I mean, first of all, everybody knows that it is partially Review Tech's fault that his daughter went blind. And yes, I know he ate his daughter's eyes, all that stuff. This is literally where it came from. from Kino. But you know, like I think if you're gonna bring your kids on just to manipulate people into paying you, that's dark, man. That's dark. Don't do that. Don't do that. I feel like there's a line, because I sometimes wonder, like when I think about like people doing stuff like that, I think, should I have ever held my daughters like in my arms on the stream, like at the end of a stream or something? Because I know when I do, people suddenly start spanking super chats at me, which is fun. But it's not why I'm doing it. It's usually because mummy comes in and says, "Oh, I need a minute. I gotta go to the toilet or something." You know, I'm like, okay, they're not asleep yet. And I'll do it for that. But again, I won't be doing that when they're like 3-4 years old. That's for whatever reason, I can't articulate it. That seems weird to me. So I won't be doing that. Babies, you know, they're a blank slate. There's like, there's nothing you can particularly, there's nothing any potential freaks watching could gain from that, you know? That's, I guess, what I mean, even though I know everyone who's in the chat and you're all sound, but you know what I mean? It's just one of those things, I think. And I don't think that Review Tech should be doing that, especially with the history that we know about him and his daughter's blindness. It's just scummy. Anyway, let's
right now we'd have 100K watching.
I think so. I think you would.
If they were on Rumble, yeah.
You would.
50K in 2 days isn't so bad. You said this year. You're right. You got me there. I was talking about last year.
He's always
people are unplugging altogether, and like the culture war shit just isn't popular anymore.
That's bullshit.
Such bullshit.
Yes.
That is such bullshit what Jeremy is saying right here.
Right.
If his whole angle is trying to justify why his channel is not getting the views it used to.
Oh, here we go. Let's do it.
You know what?
This is what I want. This is what I want. I want to see Griggs versus Hambly, the clash of the Jeremys. It's going to be totally one-sided. I mean, okay, first of all, he's only reacting. He can't reply, but I know this guy can be proper fucking ratchet when he wants to be.
It's because you turned your fucking channel into a goddamn advertisement for Rumble.
Oh!
And no fucking body cares about Rumble.
Hell yeah. Oh, he's going in. He's going in hard. I like it.
Spent 50%.
Oh, sorry.
I'm going to be totally honest with you. This is sounding really gay.
My bad.
Of every fucking video telling everybody that was watching to stop watching me on YouTube and go over to fucking Rumble because you had a fucking contract with Rumble. And then the other time that you weren't talking about.
Man, I've never, ever seen him go after the quartering like this before. I've never seen him go after the quartering at all. They don't usually overlap that much. I know quartering's been on FNT, and when he was, they were all very gracious and they were all friends and fans of each other and stuff like that. But look, you don't shit on a man's doorstep. You just don't do it. You don't like burn your house down and then pour petrol on your neighbor's house, you know?
Rumble, you were talking about your retarded sponsor for that video. Because when you are controlled by sponsors, what you have to do is you have to invent topics to talk about. So you.
What did I say? You have to do the grift because you got to get paid. And if you want to get paid, you got to do videos, even if you have nothing to talk about. So you end up just having to make videos about any old shit. 13 videos where 10 would suffice. No, in quartering's case, 13 where 3 would suffice.
You can make a fucking video so you can get paid by the retarded sponsor. That's what happened to your fucking channel.
But it is.
Like, can you even remember, like,
the culture war is at a massive frenzy point. Like, there's a lot of people making a lot of money off of it. Like, just off the top of my head, like MagesGuild's existence just disproves Jeremy's entire narrative.
100%.
It's completely crazy. A little bit earlier in this stream, actually, he shouted out Smash JT and Hypnotic. Warski did. He regularly does. Warski's a fan of them. I know he is.
You actually have to be able to present this stuff in an entertaining way where people believe that you're authentic. and everyone sees that Jeremy's a phony and he's boring to boot. So no one likes him.
I mean, YouTube's also full of AI slop. Who's another big using?
Oh, here we go again. You know, what have I said in all my AI videos? The only people who complain about AI are the people who feel threatened by it. The people who are on the backslide, the people who are going down the hill, the people who've already peaked. They're the ones who are worrying about AI. The rest of us are going, I wonder if I can use this AI to further my endeavors in some way. Spoilers, you can. And for the record, we are literally, what did I say? $2 off the goal? Yeah, $2 off the Booby Fest.
Geeks and Gamers? Okay. I mean, I know how this is going to work out. You guys, I know the numbers, right?
Why is he doing this?
Okay, so when Geeks and Gamers and Nerdrotic start shitting on you on Friday Night Tights and you're going to cry about it now?
Oh, he's going to cry big time.
The beauty.
I mean, I don't think they'll do that. I don't think they'll do that because they didn't do it for EVS. They just pretended he didn't exist. And I don't like that personally. I think they should call out anyone that they have an issue with, possibly even get on a live stream together and hash it out. Certainly, I think Quartering will probably respond to this. Oh, I don't know. Actually, the Quartering of maybe 3 or 4 years ago would have responded to this. I think he'll tuck his dick between his legs and cluck like a fucking chicken. I don't think he has the fucking stones to take on D-Day Cobra at this point.
Beautiful thing here is that Jeremy claims he knows the numbers, yet Jeremy has no idea of the actual context of the numbers. So anybody that watches me knows I have all.
Rhoda for £2, legend. That's the bar, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much, Rhoda. You fucking legend. Simply says, oh, right. Yeah, I meant to do that. Got distracted. Well, I'm glad the show is that entertaining. Hopefully it was the show that distracted you, not something else. But anyway, thanks, buddy. Appreciate you, man. And we are at the goal. Yeah, that's it. So which one do you want, guys? What do you want? What do you want? Metal Gear or the girls of pop culture? The standard one? Let me know because I'll play it at the end.
But stopped making videos for Geeks and Gamers for the past 2 fucking years. So what's going to happen if I stop making videos for 2 fucking years consistently on Geeks?
You won't get any views.
And Gamers. Views are going to completely plummet and subs are going to completely plummet. So let's listen to see if he gives that comment.
Both types? Well, normally that's for when we get the... Oh, I did say both types, didn't I? All right, let's have the original now then and the Metal Gear at the end. Here we go.
I've seen your heart across the screen. Every cheer, every dream in between. You stayed up late. You pressed restart. You leveled up right off the chart. I'll show you something good tonight. A little shimmer in the neon light. You gave your time, your touch, your move. So now I'll show you something good. From velvet skin to crimson eyes. I'm your reward, your sweet surprise. You've been faithful, brave and true. Now I'll show all my thanks to you.
Yeah, there we go. No John today. I didn't see him in the chat, so otherwise I would have tried to scramble the game to jump in and react. But you never know, maybe toward the end. Anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed Boobies Round 1. I did say that. You're right. Steven says he was kidding. No, I did say it. I did say it. That's actually true. I did say double boobies today, so fuck it. All right, fine. All right, let's get through this beast. It's half an hour long, which means it's going to take me about another hour. So.
Context. Or if he uses those numbers to try to justify his channel's down because my channel's down.
If they ever say a word about him,
yeah,
it's just crazy.
I thought we were on the same team.
Oh yeah, he would definitely do that. That's true. Yeah. If they turn around, like this is what's going to happen now. He's going to see this and he's going to go, "Oh, well, it looks like my friends turned their backs on me." Motherfucker, you stabbed them in the back.
You think this guy's killing it?
Well, hang on, Jeremy. Let's see if I am killing it.
Spoilers. If you don't know, Jeremy Geeks and Gamers as D-Day Cobra is routinely in like the top 10, maybe top 5 most super chatted channels on YouTube. So it's insane.
Let's go to the super chat numbers for 2024.
Knew he was going to do that. I knew he'd go straight to Playboard.
In the United States of America, for the entire United States of America, for the entire year of 2024, D-Day Cobra finished number 8 in the country.
Shit.
Geeks and Gamers finished number 15 in the country.
Whoa.
2 channels in the top 15 in the entire United States of a fucking America. So yeah, I think I'm killing it, Jeremy.
Yeah,
I think I'm crushing it.
Those 2 channels are bringing in 6 figures a year.
And then let's go to 2025.
That's insane. I'm happy to get $100.
D-Day Cobra finishes number 11. Geeks and Gamers finishes number 20.
Was that Hypnotic? That was Hypnotic.
11. Geeks.
Hey, look, Hypno's number 18. Fucking hell. You're doing well, mate.
And Gamers finishes number 27 in the fucking country. And
H3 isn't doing as well as Hypno. Candace Owens isn't doing as well as Hypno. Fucking hell. Wow.
Even though we dropped on the number, the revenue.
It's like, don't try to be like Hypno. It takes real talent to get there.
Actually went up.
Or some of these guys anyway. Kirsch is there as well. Wow. Look, number 16. Fucking hell.
So yeah.
Then you get some of these that are just basic bitch stuff up the top. What the fuck? Allo Folk Radio Show. $3.2 million in super chat revenue. Whoa.
I think I'm killing it. Quartering. I think I'm killing it. But we can continue to build your narrative that my channel's dying.
Look what happened.
He's down. He's down.
Starting in July,
everyone's
less than 1 million views every month.
While he's down.
Look at July last year. 4.6 million. 3.2 million.
How much is
last
he
year.
making?
You don't do this, buddy. You don't do this. Don't throw your friends under the bus. It's insane for a start. Every one of them is doing better than him, and none of them are dependent on fucking ad revenue and views to make money. This is the problem. This is why what he means he doesn't understand the context of the numbers. The quartering is going, well, their views are not very good either. Okay, yeah. That doesn't mean shit. They have, like, Jeremy Geeks and Gamers has 10 channels. Like, genuinely, like, they're all killing it. Well, the main ones that earn are Geeks and Gamers and D-Day Cobra, but they earn. They earn in super chats. They earn in gifted memberships. Like, that's the number one. I mean, even I'm like gifted memberships and super chats are responsible for about 80% of whatever I get paid a month from YouTube. If I have a bad month on those, I'm having a bad month. If I have a great month on those, I'm having a great month. James OP, right here, buddy, says for 5, check your DM. Do not play the first one on stream. The second one is fine. Okay, give me a second here, and I'll check out what he sent to me. Do not play this one on stream. Okay. What? All right, hold on. Oh wow, this is really good. Sorry guys, I was totally focused on that for a second there. What's the first one? Let me just hear the first one. I can't show it. But... Oh, that's really good. But yeah, you're right. That's somebody's voice. Okay. Hang on a moment. Let me get this into a tab and I will show you what we're looking at here. Hold on. Here we go. Just a second, folks. Just a minor detour to see what James OP has been working on. Whoa. All right. This is pretty cool. Let's make it louder. No, that's as loud as it gets.
England, I know you got your asses handed to you 250 years ago, but now you are not even trying. Listen to Amelia. Get off your asses and do.
That's fucking good. Is that your voice you used?
England, I know you got your asses handed to you 250 years ago, but now you are not even trying. Listen to Amelia. Get off your asses and do.
Fucking hell. That's not your voice? No, okay, cool. Fucking hell. That's really good. Man, I can do a lot with this. I can do a lot with this. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Fucking hell, man. Amazing. Well done, buddy. Amazing. And, of course, thank you for $5. Appreciate you. You are a goddamn legend, man.
Thank you for $5.
Thank you for $5. Why does it still make me laugh? It's been like 2 weeks now. There we go. Anyway, let's carry on.
Stopped making videos. As a matter of fact, it's only recent that I've started making videos again. And guess what?
This,
now that I'm making videos
Jeremy
again,
for years,
look
he
at that.
burns out.
So 40, let's
burns
start
out
making
and
videos
can't stand making videos again. Takes like
20K,
a year
37K,
off and then
5K,
comes back and
41K,
100%
50K.
works.
That was only got 6. 115,000, 55,000, 94,000, 57,000. That one's tracking 2 out of the last 10, and mine just upload there is tracking 3 out of 10. So what happens is when you make videos, people watch.
You unsubbed from D-Day when he said Republicans and conservatives like propping up black people when they are spouting conservative views as well. I don't know. I don't really understand the context. They like propping up black people when they spout conservative views as well. I mean, I think if he might mean that in terms of like rhinos. Because I know he routinely has a go at the establishment Republicans because, well, they're not MAGA. And they've, yeah, there are a lot of, it's tough. My understanding of it is, in his opinion, and I feel like it has some weight to it, the establishment Republicans are the reason that we got into the mess in the first place because they weren't capable of stopping Obama and all of that stuff that led to the insanity that we've had for the last 10 years that Trump basically had to fix. 20 years, I mean. But I don't really know. So that's like what he says. It sounds like it makes it, I mean, I feel like as a Brit, the Conservative Party in the UK are completely toothless and secretly leftists. So I could see if he feels that way about it. I mean, that's a lot of the reason why we want reform, or hopefully an even better version of reform that isn't so fucking soft, to come in and be a bulldog like Trump and get done what needs to be done to steer the country back onto the path it needs to be on. So if that's what he's saying, but he's framing it with black people, I don't get the black people part. Is it because, what, they have people like Candace Owens? I mean, or is he talking about, I mean, he's friends with Eric July, so I don't know, like, what he would be saying with that. I don't understand the context of that at all. But it's if he's having a go at like the establishment, the GW Republicans, then maybe that, like, I don't disagree with that, because it seems like a lot of the same thing that happened with the conservatives in my country, but I don't quite understand what he means in that particular quote. But hey, it's your subscription to do with as you please, man. Just hope you stick around here.
When you don't make them, people don't watch. I stopped making fucking videos.
Let me see something real quick. 2.3K. He's got 4 channels. I know he has 4 channels. Let's say he makes 4 to 5K.
I have 10 channels
a month.
Yeah, he does, yeah.
Just on the YouTube, not including the.
He's got. Let me think now. He's got Geeks and Gamers and D-Day Cobra, of course. Then there's Park Hopping, Sports Wars, Geeks and Gamers 2, Geeks and Gamers Clips. Fuck. Why can't I think of the rest? What else is there? Is there a Geeks and Gamers Live? No, there can't be. Didn't they used to have Gaming with Geeks? Or did that become Geeks and Gamers 2? I can't keep track. But I know he has 10 channels.
Live show, not including the Patreon or any of that stuff.
He's one man making $60,000 to $100,000 a year.
Well, I'm definitely not.
He's not one man.
I'm like, there's a lot of people on the team, but we're making a lot more than $100K a year.
Just on the ad.
They really are, yeah.
For internet bullshit, not counting super chats, which I'm pretty sure this guy makes fat fucking super chats.
They're making at least 5 times that.
Yeah.
Like, what are we doing? And then Jer will complain when we go over his analytics and call him out, but he's doing the exact same.
I imagine the real BBC was probably live when this happened as well. Fuck. That'll be interesting.
Shit here.
Yeah.
You think this guy's killing it? Look what happened.
He is, yeah.
Oh my God. Like, why are you
starting in
doing
July?
It's unbelievable. What the hell is he doing? Why would you do this in public? I can like sort of understand if you choose to do it in private. If he's that bitter and seething, then fine, I suppose. I mean, it's not good for you to do that. You can't be sitting dwelling on what other people are doing. All you can do is try to be the best you can and hope that people will respond and enjoy your content, support your channel, and hopefully give you the odd tip. And hopefully those tips come together to make enough money that you can sustain a life for yourself. But if you drop off, then you need to think, what have I done wrong? I mean, my channel was dead last year. It didn't grow like barely at all. And a lot of that was because of my inconsistency uploading, because I had a lot of interruptions, child being born, father dying, all that stuff. And lots of other things related to that, like constant doctor's appointments and stuff that stopped me from being able to work as much as I liked, which stopped me being able to upload as much as I'd like. Also was just not yet realizing that level of stuff, like that level of what we now refer to as slop, was not sustainable anymore. And so I pivoted. The bottom line is I sat down, looked at my channel and thought, what am I doing wrong? What am I doing wrong? And I started streaming more. I started, I adapted my content. I started making my own music, my own clips to play in the live streams. We started building on the lore of the channel. We started doing Jackbox, just incentives for people to come in and hopefully drop a super chat or some memberships to keep me ticking along and keep me in the game. Because it's about that, really, at the end of the day. It's about, I like doing this, and I like being able to provide a service of some sort of entertainment / commentary / news / whatever, cultural critique, whatever you want to call it, for you guys and the greater subscriber base I have. Reality is I need some cash to be able to live and do that. And it's a cycle, it's just the way the world works. It is. I hate talking about it. Actually, it makes my skin crawl, but it's reality. And it's like, okay, so what can I do to get more views, to get more subs, or to get more super chats, or to get more fun and more engagement in my streams? Just trying to create something where people feel like their time is being appreciated, Whereas quartering doesn't appreciate anybody. at all. Even his wife. When he went to Amfest with Hannah Claire and Melanie Mack, his wife was sick in bed recovering from a surgery. He left her alone. The guy is a scumbag. It's a shame. I don't want to admit that someone on our side of things, sort of, is a scumbag, but he is.
This is like an A-log style segment on your own friends.
He's A-logging. He's literally fucking A-logging his fucking friends.
He's trying to deflect responsibility from himself into broader trends, right? That's what this is.
Okay. Look,
and by doing so, he's pissing off everyone else in the space. But the thing is, not everybody's as sensitive and paper-thin skinned as Jer, so they probably don't give a fuck at all.
Oh, I'm petty as fuck. So
which one is the scumbag? The one on the right, not the two on the right. Jeremy Hambly quartering in the gigantic ugly shirt. I guess as Lilith. Yeah, I mean he's sitting here A-logging his peers, Geeks and Gamers and Nerdrotic, because his channel is not making any money anymore because he's reliant on ad revenue and sponsorships because he didn't diversify when he had the chance. No worries, Tony.
But typically I don't respond to this shit. But like, I like the quartering. I got no beef from the quartering. So I found,
I'm just going to say it. I don't like the quartering. I used to like the quartering, and now I realize who the quartering really is. I don't like him at all. Like, at all. Anyway.
I thought about this last night. And I'm like, why the fuck is he bringing me into his channel?
Because he is coping and seething, my friend. He is coping hard and trying to drag you down into his mess.
You are coping and seething. You just can't accept what you're seeing. Yes, you're coping.
Yeah, his content is clickbait, but it's not just clickbait. It's the fact that there's nothing worth watching when you actually do. He spends the first 2 or 3 minutes of every video just bitching about the state of his channel and asking for help. Then he tells people to go watch him on Rumble instead of watching it on fucking YouTube. Then he hawks his coffee, which is just trash dropship shit with no fucking brand name. Or rather, the brand is this arrogant name, Coffee Brand Coffee, that doesn't actually have any SEO. When you try to search for Coffee Brand Coffee, what are you going to be? You're actually just searching for the words brand coffee. You're never going to actually make a sale on Google like that. Yeah, he'll never be on FNT again. That much I can guarantee. No chance. That would be about as likely as seeing EVS on fucking Friday Night Times at this point.
Why is he saying my channel's dead?
For the record, I don't have a problem with EVS. I know they do, and I know a lot of people do. I actually see both sides of the Comicsgate versus Rippaverse thing, and I can see points on all sides, so I stay out of it completely. But I don't like a lot of the people that EVS watches. I don't like Eric Debunks, for example. He is a piece of shit, that guy. But I don't have a particular problem with EVS. I do have an issue with the quartering because the quartering is unable to actually do anything. He's unable to actually succeed at anything. He seems to have fluked it with the quartering and then just got fucking unbearably lazy. His videos are boring. They're slop. They're the actual slop. We get called slop all the time. We're not slop. We put work into our fucking content. He does not. He doesn't put any work into his content at all and just relies on sponsorships to get him over the line. Well, you're not going to continue to be a millionaire then, buddy. You better start selling some of the Rolexes that you own. He's got 10 Rolexes. He's got a $30,000 fish tank. He built an RC track that cost him like $100,000. And then he's also bought a plane for his fucking wife. He has no fucking savings though. And he lives in a goddamn mansion. He's an unbelievable idiot. You know what we call that? I can't say it, but it rhymes with trigger rich. If Atreus Okada was here, they'd say it.
Quartering, the reason I'm able to do what I do is because my channel has been so fucking successful.
Don't get me wrong, I'm not much better. I had some savings, but they're almost dwindling down to bugger all now because I've gambled on this. But But at least I can admit it. You know, at least I can say it's my fault.
Successful. Like, that's why. This isn't.
And the other thing about quartering is he would rather drop dead than go get a job. Me, if this month doesn't go well, I'm going to be looking for some extra work.
Complicated. He lives in this world where if you aren't getting, like, if I would have been doing shorts, getting massive views off shorts,
why are you're confused because why own a wristwatch in the first place? Well, I like watches because I had a watch always when I was a kid, and then whenever I got to a point where wherever I didn't have a watch, I felt naked. And my wife bought me a very nice watch for my birthday last year, my 40th. It's quite nice. I'll show you. There you go. Can you see it? I don't fucking know if you can see it or not. There you go. It's quite nice. It's definitely the nicest watch I've ever had. And it was very nice. So those are good reasons to have a watch, I guess. 10 Rolexes. That's just you're a fucking asshole who has no concept of the value of money and just wants to be a flash git.
Views would be through the roof. But guess what? There's no revenue in shorts. There's no money in shorts. But his analytics breakdown right here would have shown I have big views. It's ridiculous that he's brought me and Gary into this.
This is
because they're in their lane flourishing. It's Jared.
More money than sense, exactly. Yeah. I tell you what, if you've ever been like poor, you can't do that. Like if I had even 10% of the money that this guy makes, I would literally be investing it into land, building, and improving my family. I probably wouldn't buy anything for myself. I literally asked for nothing for Christmas this year because I didn't want anything. I don't want anything. I'm genuinely satisfied with all of the things that I own. Sure, in a year or so, I might need a better PC or something like that. Stuff like that, maybe, but that's for work, you know? I don't want anything, really, at all. I'm quite happy. I just want to be able to take care of my family. I know that sounds like wanky and stuff, but it's really true. That's what I've always wanted was a family, and now I got it. How I want them to thrive. That's it. You got 2 watches, both were gifts from since past family members. Yeah, right. I've also got a few watches that were my dad's as well. But this is I don't know how you pronounce it. Seiko. Very nice watch. Really pleased with it, actually. I love it. I wear it every day. Just noticing it's got a bit of a notch in the glass, is it? Or am I just... I don't know. Fuck it, whatever. Hardly the time, Will.
Teasing bitch.
Okay, well...
He's bitter. Like...
Oh, my God, Ash! Well... Oh, he's doing so bad. He's doing so bad, Ash. Look at this. He's live right now. Look at the top right of the screen. Bang!
Oh my
bang,
God.
Bang!
Oh, it's the 199. Shit. It's gonna be like $1,000 a super chats there.
I mean, do you know how expensive that title belt that he's holding is? Like, that's at least $500-600 USD. At least that's on sale. It's like fucking like almost $1,000.
Yeah, that's expensive.
Thank you, Lilith. Thank you, Lilith. I appreciate that. It's true though. I genuinely don't want anything. Just money, really, to be able to take care of people. That's it. I genuinely don't care. If one day I can build a nice, better studio in a basement under my new house that I've built, that's the only dream I have left, really, for myself. And even then, it would be home theater for the kids and stuff too. You know,
belts like holy.
How much is
but
this?
That's like that's like the luxury end of the dream. Building the house comes first, you know.
$199.
$199.
Don't know.
Shout out to the 199. Where's B Man? He's not here.
There's a lot of
$199.
And this is a Monday night?
Yeah. And
but this is what happens when you actually make content that
Jesus Christ, he gets $199 super chats. Fuck's sake. Of course he does. Oh my God. That's looked like double my goal. Oh, buddy, if I had that every stream, I could actually start building the house. Philippines is cheap.
Engages a real audience, they reward it financially, and then you don't have to be beholden to advertisers. And
Correct.
You don't.
Correct. We are not tied to advertisers. None of my channels, none of my company is tied to advertisers.
Yeah, that's what you want. You don't. He does get a lot of 199 super chats because of the 199. That's got to be the biggest shunting. The guy, you know, the 199 thing started because some guy came in and called them all stupid and told them Star Wars, something about Star Wars. He meant to say 1999. But he literally said 199, so he just looked like a bigger idiot than them. It's also how they ended up with iDots as their mascot guy as well, because someone tried to call them idiots and fucked it up. Very funny. And now that person who sent that message is responsible for Jeremy making thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. It's actually incredible. It's really impressive.
Now, we have a few, sponsor deals here and there, and it's nice to have those, but that's why you don't see me just scraping the bottom of the fucking barrel to make a video so that I can get a sponsor ad read worked into a video. And the audience sees through this shit.
Yeah,
the audience sees through when you're...
Oh, yeah. Ryan always loses those.
Just making content just so you can roll something out there, so you can throw your 30 or 60 second bullshit ad read in so you can get fucking paid. And
that's it. Look at this shit, man. Jeremy is just... Excuse me. I'm still getting over a cold. Pretty bad flu, actually. Yeah, Jeremy's just going in on the quartering.
They don't continue to watch that shit.
No.
They don't give a fuck about Rumble. If they give a fuck about Rumble, they'll go to Rumble. Tell them about Rumble one time and shut the fuck up about it. You spend half your video telling people on a platform.
You know what? 5 will get you 10. This ends up on the next Kino Casino.
To go to another platform. They don't want to go to that shitty fucking platform.
Yeah. I don't want sponsors either. I mean, I guess I'd have to accept one if someone wanted to, but I would rather not, really, because I don't want to interrupt the flow of the content to talk about something totally unrelated. And I just feel like it annoys people, and no one watches them anyway. Everyone skips them. They've even put in features to make it easier for you to skip them. It's crazy. Still though, if someone did at the moment, given the level that my channel's at, I'd probably have to accept. It'd be annoying, but it would be... I'd probably find some tongue-in-cheek way to do it.
Reason you can't get people to go to Rumble, because Rumble fucking sucks. I'm on Rumble right now.
You never knew where the 199
came from? Right. For anybody that wants to say...
It was also going on about the time that Jeremy decided to dedicate himself to streaming, because I started watching D-Day Cobra in 2020 during the election, or the run-up to the fucked-up election. And that was when he just did daily videos. But at some point between 2020 and 2024, he started live streaming like every day on the D-Day Cobra channel, so he could just do straight politics without poisoning the well of Geeks and Gamers. And that was around about the time the 199 thing happened. So he was also trying to rip off and mock Tim Pool with Timcast IRL. So it became CobraCast 199.
Hey, well, Jeremy's just upset.
Just in case you guys don't think I actually am steeped in the lore of these people. I mean, like I said, I've been watching these guys since 2018.
Because he doesn't have any thing on Rumble. Oh, really? 114,000 followers on Rumble.
Yeah, that's when he did it. It was early to mid 2024 when he changed the name, when he did it properly. Yeah.
How about Sports Wars? My sports channel? 118,000 followers on Rumble. How about...
You've got 120,000 followers on Rumble and you say Rumble's irrelevant. Then I'm inclined to believe him.
Random fucking Geeks and Gamers Play, 49,000 followers.
We had it there for a second. We had all the channels in the list. Let's have a look. Right. Geeks and Gamers Play, Geeks and Gamers Clips, Geeks and Gamers Tabletop. I forgot about that one. Shit, they did a good thing there. They had a really funny game of D&D when that channel launched, with Ryan and Epic Mike, and Steph was in it as well. Shout out to Steph, friend of the channel. And Epic Mike, actually. And Jay, actually, as well. All people I've interacted with. Nice guys.
In Geeks and Gamers Play, 49,000 followers on Rumble. Geeks and Gamers Clips, how about that one? 25,000 followers on Rumble. Collectively, we have 350,000 followers on Rumble.
Whoa.
So yes, I'm on Rumble. The point being is that Quartering spends 50% of his fucking video telling 95% of his audience to go somewhere that they don't want to go.
Yeah, I gave up on that shit too. You know, like I'll still stream to Rumble once I can get it to fucking load. These streams are supposed to be on Rumble too, but it's not working for me at the moment because I have to use a VPN. But then, of course, you've got the fact that people get contracts on Rumble, and I just thought, like, I'd like to grow a bit more on Rumble, sure, but I'm not going to tell people to go and watch me on Rumble. That I don't even begin to see the logic in that. There's none.
Don't have to abide by the advertisers.
Anyway, let's skip ahead.
Sky Road, best fucking.
Oh yeah, keep going.
I did Quartering.
L, Jer. Just take the L. Like, don't deflect it onto other people and try and drag them down with you. What's wrong with you?
Yeah, man.
100,000, 25%, and it's not anything. It's not anything that they did.
It literally is something I did. I stopped making fucking videos.
He said, yeah, I stopped making videos. Yeah, that's why this is happening. Fucking hell, Quartering. What are you doing? Quartering, man. God, I'm not... Like, I've seen people fall off on the left a lot. We've seen it for years. But the Quartering, you know, at one point was an institution. He was just this unsinkable vessel keeping going no matter what, all the time. 5 videos a day. Too many videos a day. Too many for the algorithm, definitely. Maximum is 3 a day. More than that, and you are literally just spraying content at people who don't care about it. Stupid idea. 2 to 3 videos a day, or 1 good video a day if you can pull that off. But now, man, fuck me. He has fallen off a cliff, and he is coping and seething and crashing out and attacking his friends. The only thing he's not doing right now is attacking his own audience. This is a joke, man. Kino Casino, right? And this is another thing. Don't underestimate the power of Kino Casino. These 2 guys can just sit and laugh at someone for hours on end, and over a period of weeks, reduce their channel to rubble. They really have had a big effect on the Quartering and the way he's perceived now. And it coincided with a documentary coming out from Mikey No More recently about the Quartering that is fucking epic. Definitely recommend you watch that at some point after the stream if you get an opportunity to. Mikey No More, that's N-O-H More. He's I don't know what, I don't know anything about Mikey, to be honest. There's no point in me commenting on it, but he does good content. He did a documentary about Dickers at one point, and now he's done the Quartering one, and the Quartering one is fucking interesting. You'll find out just what a piece of shit he really is.
At the level I was making them, it literally was something I did, Quartering. The fuck do you not understand about this?
Yes! Yeah! This is what I wanted. I want to see Savage, Ratchet, D-Day Cobra going fucking in. Go on, get him.
Why are you trying to make us complicit in your downfall?
Yes!
The fuck does it have to do with me? Why are you pretending you understand my channel?
He doesn't understand. He's only got 1 channel and it's a complete fuck up. He tried to make another channel. He called it, what did he call it? Quartercast. But then the Kino Casino guys started titling all their clip channel clips about the Quartering as Jeremy Hambly instead. So anytime anyone searched his real name, all they would find is Kino Casino takedown videos. So he had to rename his second channel to Jeremy Jeremy Hambly to try and gain control back of the algorithm. But even now, if you search quartering, there's a good chance you are going to find a lot of Kino Casino videos in the results. It's funny, man. And this is so good. This is what I wanted to say. I was hoping this when I was sitting watching. I was like, the only good thing that could possibly come of this is that we're going to get a fucking scathing takedown from fucking Geeks and Gamers. It's going to be hilarious.
And my network, I have,
and it's worth pointing out as well, he's not just going to get the ire of Jeremy. He's going to get the ire of Ryan. He's going to get the ire of Epic Mike. He's going to get fucking Josiah Rises. Steph won't be impressed. I know that for a fact. There's loads of people. I think even Odin is still at Geeks and Gamers. There's a lot of people there. They got a lot of moving parts to that company, and it's worked. It's worked spectacularly well, considering how few people ever managed to pull off networks of channels that they own. But he's done it. Jeremy's a dogged fucking guy, and he has carried on. I want to see Ryan tee off on the quartering next. That'll be way worse. Way, way worse. He's not as ratchet necessarily as Jeremy is, but he can be fucking savage much more than Jeremy. So there you go.
Fucking channels. I have a website with a full
I would love to have a conversation with Ryan. That would be fucking funny.
Editorial staff. I have a partnership with another website. We have a partnership with Criticless as well.
Yeah,
I
you
have
do.
merchandise. I have all types of shit going on. I have the Geeks and Gamers channel. I have a theme park channel. I have a sports channel. I have my personal channel. We have spin-off channels. We have duplicate channels like Geeks and Gamers 2, D-Day Cobra 2. But he's going to sit there and go, it's not my fault.
Oh, yeah, D-Day Cobra 2. I forgot about that one.
That my views have dropped. It's literally my fault because I stopped making fucking videos. Good Lord.
This is literally like the difference between the two of them. One guy sits there and goes, no, it's me. I did it. I take responsibility. And I don't care because it didn't affect me. I make more money doing what I'm doing. Fine. Fair enough. While quartering, it can't be me. I'm perfect. My business will last 1,000 years. It can't be me. It must be everybody. It must just be that nobody cares about the content anymore. The subject's dead. That's right. The culture war is over and we lost. Are you having a fucking giraffe, my friend? You are barking up the wrong tree, buddy. The culture war is hotter than it's ever been. It's an actual war at the moment. There are people actually getting hurt.
I've never had a bad things to say about quartering. Never had any issues with him whatsoever. And I don't really...
I never had a beef with him either until he decided to start fucking teeing off on me for telling him to stick his nose out of fucking Goonagate because I knew he would end up looking like a complete chump. You can't have a guy who gets drunk on a fucking live stream and pisses in his cupboard representing Christians. Christ.
Have any issues with him now? For me, this is like, you hit me, I'm going to hit back twice as hard. Quartering, I guess, has gotten mad at me in the past because I talk shit about Rumble whenever he would promote it. And I would say, well, yeah, Rumble's great and all when you have a fucking contract with them. But if you're not paid, you can actually be honest and say that the platform is dog shit. And I ratioed him a few times on Twitter by calling out Rumble because he was kissing up to Rumble. So I kept saying, no, Rumble sucks.
To be fair, it's nowhere near as good as YouTube. It's janky as all hell. So is Kick, actually.
But I'm not paid by them. So
unless they've already finished the stream, in which case then you can watch it and it won't fuck up. But if you're watching it and you put if you're watching, say, Kino, and they're at 6 hours and you want to watch from the start while they're still live, it causes all kinds of fuck ups.
I can say that, and I know you can't because you have a fucking contract. So this is weird to bring me and Gary into this.
Like, do you get what I'm saying? Like, it's not that.
But so it's like, okay, we don't take personal accountability or responsibility for anything. Instead, we blame external circumstances. Isn't that like a leftist mentality?
Correct. So quartering trying to say that it's not my fault when it is my fault for something that I fully control is 100% leftist ideology.
It is. It is. That's exactly it. It's not taking any fucking personal accountability for your fuck ups. You got to take personal responsibility for your fuck ups. You have to. If you don't, then you'll never learn anything. And you'll end up stagnating like the quartering.
Mentality. That's what it is. And so it's just kind of ridiculous when he doesn't fully understand any of the shit he's talking about. Yes, it's 100% my fault that my views dropped because I stopped making videos.
Yeah, because he didn't care, because he was getting super chats up the ass.
Why? Because I got burned out on a lot of
that too. He did it again. He did it in like, I think it was 2021 or something. He stopped making videos for Geeks and Gamers. Then he came back for a little while. Then he stopped again. He doesn't need to. That channel produces content with the rest of the team, clips and stuff. They put most of the new content on there, and then they put the clips on like Geeks too. But and I was thinking I might start a fucking clip channel of bits of these streams actually, and just do them as a dedicated thing, just for fun, really. Just see if it does anything good. Because a lot of these live streams, they get like taken down because someone will say the C-bomb or whatever, or they don't like the titty clips or something like that. And I'm like, well, there's 2 hours of solid content in there that no one will ever see because I've had to unlist it because it's been rendered unmonetizable. So I should repurpose that stuff, use it, download it, cut it up, put it on a clip channel. I don't know. What do you guys think?
The entertainment stuff. And I didn't have to make a video every day about something I didn't care about in order to get my ad read in and get my sponsor money, because my audience was taking care of me. So I didn't have to worry about going, yeah, I don't really care about this thing, but I'm going to drag up a retarded article on a website on a topic I don't care about. I'm going to slowly read this artitle about this thing I don't care about so I can put my 60-second
so this is the latest Marvel movie, guys, and my channel's doing really badly, and I wish you'd buy my coffee. God, how can anyone watch that? It's so boring.
Ad read in so I can get my $1,000. I mean, it's
like listening to fucking Ben Stein.
So stupid. So, Jeremy, Quartering, you make boring fucking videos. You don't know what you're talking about in said videos. You only make fucking content so that you can get ad read money out of them. The audience sees through that shit.
Yeah,
that's why they stopped watching. Simple as that.
Fucking hell. Fucking hell, buddy. That is chaos. That's crazy. There's a bit more to this clip too, by the way. I strongly recommend you guys go and watch it, but as for me, I'm unfortunately out of time now. Oh, I need to fix this. That is definitely full. There we go. That's better. Which means, of course, that we now have 2 in the heart pieces. Thank you. And so we are halfway to playing Jackbox again. Much appreciated, everybody. Yeah, it's been 3 hours now, and I'm pretty tired. It's actually 4:26 a.m. where I am, and I need to go to bed. But go ahead and finish watching that, and I'm looking forward to seeing how this develops. I don't usually cover drama, but it's getting more and more interesting. I mean, at what point does, like, for example, A-logging Hassan Piker stop being drama and become genuine content because the guy's a menace, for example? You know what I mean? Like, what's drama and what's genuine content? Hard to tell. But what I can say is I'm going to keep doing whatever the hell I like. And as long as you enjoy it, I'll keep doing it. So there we go. But before I go, I owe you guys some Metal Gear Solid goonerificness. Goonericiousness. Fuck it.
Silk on your skin, a caress like a blade. You follow us in through the traps we've laid. Eyes in the darkness, lips stained with sin. Once we pull you closer, you'll never leave again. We are fire inlaid, the poison you crave. The softest of chains will make you a slave. Come closer, commander, surrender. Our kisses, your Would you kill for a taste? Every bite of temptation leaves nothing to waste. We're the foxes, the serpents, the hunters, the flame, and you'll beg us forever to whisper your name. We are fire and lace, the poison you crave, the softest of chains will make you a slave. The shadow, the sniper, the mistress, the bride, you're tangled in danger and love on the side. Velvet venom, taste it slow. One more mission, you won't let go. Lovers, liars, shadows, spies, ecstasy and alibis. We are fire and lace, the poison you crave. Bound by our beauty, you'll go to your grave. The fox hunt has caught you, no place left to run. Our love is a bullet, and darling, you're done. Bang, and you're ours.
Hope you enjoyed that. That, of course, was the girls of Metal Gear Solid with Fire and Lace, as made by yours truly. For those who, these are top tier AI, better than Hypnos. Oh, thank you. I know. I mean, they're very good. Everyone does very good stuff. Very good stuff. It's all good. Somehow John was bricked. Yeah, somewhere his weather dial is. Anyway, that's it for the show today, guys. I appreciate you stopping by. It's been a blast. I've had a lot of fun, particularly with all that freaking ratchet ass savagery from D-Day Cobra. Really, really funny. And of course, we even got some Yuri Bezmenov in there today. That was a good one. Anyway, that's it for me. I've got to go. I've got to take care of some things. I've got to feed my kids and got to feed myself. I'm going to go to bed. So I'm going to leave you with the outro, but before, which is the intro to WTF Live still, because I need to update the credits. But before that, thank you very much indeed to Sardoc for 3, St. Hugo, Stephen Bromby, James OP with 20 banger of memberships and multiple super chats as well. Stephen again and Rhoda. You guys are legends. If I could make this goal every day, I would literally have no issues. It would be amazing. But there we go. That's it. And I'm glad I did today. Thank you very much. Appreciate you. I'll be back tomorrow with the boys for WTF Live Wanker of the Week featuring, who was it we said yesterday? Who was the one somebody said has to go in from yesterday? Shit. What was it? God. I'm drawing a blank now. But definitely the Ham Planet is going in there. The quarter pounder. He's going in. I'm sure. Well, yeah, I think iDubbbz will be in there too, because that guy's off the deep end massively at this point. Yeah, we'll have a good laugh at that. It was fun, and the felting of the quartering was equally so. Yes. Yeah. I think I might keep on with this stuff because it's all relevant at the end of the day. And there we go. Anyway, that's it. Have a great rest of your day, whatever time it is, wherever you are in the world. And I'll be back tomorrow with the boys. And yeah, take care. Spike your hair. Fuck Disney. Fuck Nintendo. Fuck Ubisoft. Fuck the quartering. And question everything. Respect the fans. Check out the Discord. The link is below. We'd much appreciate you guys being there. And till then, make American gaming great again. I've got one. I made the hat. I don't know where the hat is, but it says, make all games about gaming again. Magaga. It's also the name of my gaming streams. But yes, that's it. Take care. Have a good one. Like I said, check out the Discord. The link is below. Boys of the Fans will be back tomorrow. Until then, tatty bye.